like when you wanna go cry, but you can't let out all the feelings inside. So you lay in your bed under blankets and hide, and you let people know that you're feeling just fine. And your pillow gets stained with the tears that you cried, and you're praying nobody comes in, and that's why. And the redness is already taking your eyes. You wish you could hide it, but there's no disguising it. Cry. Let it all out.
If I had to be completely honest with myself, I'm tired. I'm tired, and it's not a physical tired. It's a very, it's in the soul. It's like I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of going through this shit. I'm tired of everything not working out, and I'm just like, I fucking tried, and I can't not lie and say it's not like you don't want to live kind of thing. It's more of a, if God were sitting across from me right now, there would be a part of me that would just want to go up to him and say, listen, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm fucking physically and mentally spent, and I'm done. And it's a silent battle too. And it's a battle we kind of hide from the world and from the people we love and the people we want to love or want to love us, because who wants a broken person? It's like, if they knew, like, if the people in your life knew how broken we were, like, would they stay? And then that raises the question of, like, how do I fix this? Can you fix this? I don't know.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home.
Being a man is what you make it. You can't always live up to expectations. You try to please everybody while you struggle, so you fake it and end up out of balance, compromising situations. As a good man, do what he should, man. Give everything he has and do everything he could, man. You might find yourself feeling all alone inside a house you built that you don't recognize as home. And that's what my daddy told me, and I'll tell my son the same. Now that I'm older, I relate and I actually feel his pain. He never cried, he might have lied, but he did not complain. And he said, son, one day you'll have to do the same. I'll get emotional when I stop and think and I look around beyond the county lines of my small town. I think about all the men out there who feel like I do now, who are screaming on the inside but won't ever make a sound. I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health, then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man you provide, they don't know what you're worth till the day that you die, and that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves. We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that
What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. You know what time it is. It's Monday. Well, time for a little men count for men, if you will. We got Jarvis in the building and Deadliest Catch or Gold Rush or something. I don't know what's going on over there. It's like having Tony D back in the building. What's going Oh, excuse me. Let's wait until I start the show before I die, all right? The Jarvis is in the building. Jared Vichy, if you will.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. You guys know me. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. You guys know me. I'm Glick. It is Monday. Hopefully, you guys this week started out good. Hopefully, you guys had a good week last week. You enjoyed your weekend. Maybe you got to spend a little time with the family yesterday for Easter. And hopefully nobody pulled any fast ones on you today for April Fool's Day. This is our weekly show we like to do. It is called Men Caring for Men. It's all about men's mental health. Shout out to all the guys out there, all the men, fathers, sons, brothers, dads, grandfathers, uncles, whatever, that are going through it. You made it through another day. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Keep pushing, keep fighting. It's all worth it at the end of the day. But if you're not already, go ahead and give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. We do the show live every Monday, 7 p.m., 7 p.m.-ish. Pretty close to being on time tonight. On Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And don't forget, you can listen to the show any place, anytime, all wherever you listen to podcasts at Nonsensical Nonsense. Or you can simply run right on over to our bio link /nonsensical nonsense. All those links are there for our social media, including links to our sponsors as well, like Liquid IV, your hydration destination. Head on over to liquidiv.com. Use our promo code Words Are Hard. 20% off your entire order when you shop Better Hydration today. Zencastr, your all-in-one, super easy to use podcast broadcasting and streaming destination. .com/post and promo code Words Are Hard. Get 30% off your first month paid plan. There you go. It's not wanting to cooperate. And last but not least, W Energy, the no jitters, no crash energy drink. W.GG. Promo code Words Are Hard at checkout. Get them savings, get them discounts, and be energized and focused and ready for the day ahead of you. Anywho. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a lot to say at the beginning of every show. Now, as I said, hopefully everybody had a good weekend. You guys got to enjoy your Easter. Jarvis, did you guys get into anything for Easter, or you just kind of hang out at the house?
Just hung out and fucking pulled the Connor, the CWC.
Nice. I think Connor's doing that tonight. Yeah, as you guys see, we are down a person. Connor's not here tonight. He's feeling a little under the weather. He's got a little belly ache. Yeah, it wasn't doing so hot. I talked to him a little bit earlier. Hopefully he's feeling better now.
Fuck you, Mark.
What's up, Benji? What's going on? What's going on, Chattersbox? Yeah, hopefully Connor's feeling better. Maybe he'll be ready to go Wednesday night for some more nonsensical nonsense. But yeah, no, we didn't do a whole lot. We just kind of hung out here at the house. Nikki made dinner. It was her first holiday dinner she's ever made.
I had plastic surgery. Didn't
Yeah, it's Jarvis.
I don't know how anyone can hear my fucking TV. Maybe Benji, turn down your fucking volume.
He's pulling a Tony D tonight. He's
I got your Tony D fucking dangling.
He's gonna be sidetracked.
No.
But no, Nikki cooked her first ever holiday dinner. She usually she's at her parents' house for the holidays and stuff like that. So yeah, we just kind of hung out around the house. It was kind of a lazy day. Obviously, the Easter Bunny came and dropped off Easter baskets and hid eggs for the kids. My girls are getting up there in age, but as I've said about us, like as far as like Christmas and stuff goes, they still play along for the sake of their little brother. So I do enjoy that, and I appreciate that from them because they could be absolute pain in the asses and just ruin the holiday for him because he still has that child innocence about him. I agree. Glick needs to get a nonsensical nonsense shirt. So and then just kind of hung out. Easter Bunny was nice enough to bring Cash more wrestlers because that's what he needs. We're working our way up to 30 so he can have his own Royal Rumble. I think he's at like 20 something right now, but he got some old school wrestlers. He got Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin with the old heavyweight championship belt, not the smoking skull belt, but the old winged belt. He was pretty stoked about that. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, just kind of low key. I think, I think last night I wound up getting online and hanging out with you guys and playing Call of Duty. After everybody started kind of wandering off and doing their own thing yesterday, Nikki was preparing for her first day at work. She started a new job today, and that went well. So congratulations to her. I was pretty excited for her. She seemed pretty excited for it, and then she got home today, and she said everything went good. Everything went well. She likes the people she works with. So I'm excited for her, but she kind of called it an early night, and I'm on my last day of vacation. I gotta go back to fucking reality tomorrow. Go back to work. I'm kind of starting a new job tomorrow. Not really. Same building, same job as I was doing. The only difference is it's just a new company. So it's like one company kind of cut me loose, and the new company came in to take over the property, and they said, "Hey, big fella, we'd like for you to stay if that's okay." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely."
Damn, so they cut you loose from one zoo to go to a new zoo?
Pretty much.
The Sasquatch exhibit at the first one wasn't going as well anymore?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was just like I said before, it was just all around a shitty situation by the company that I was with, and they fucked me. They bent me over the couch and fucked me at the end of the day. No lube, no anal ease, no nothing. Just
spit, just fucking anal poundage.
Yeah, just so fortunately this new company, I'm looking forward to starting this new journey, seeing where it goes, seeing how the new company is. It's a younger company. It was a smooth transition. My pay stays the same. I probably get better benefits, cheaper benefits, wind up with more vacation time. So it was at the end of the day, yeah, it was kind of a shitty situation I was put in, but it was worth the month and a half. I kind of sat in purgatory going, the fuck do I do? Like, what's going to happen? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I'm not going to, I'm going to have a hard time finding a company that's going to pay me what I make now, type of situation. But it all worked out. I wasn't trying to be negative. I was still trying to have a positive attitude and shit like that. And not let that inside. I was absolutely losing my shit, but at the end of the day, it all worked out. And I'm grateful for it, and I'm excited for it to see where this goes. Like I said, younger company, different mindset on the way they treat their employees and stuff like that. So, it could open more doors and better opportunities for me down the road at the end of the day. So, back to reality tomorrow after a week off. I'm not used to taking a week off and not having anything at all to do. And we went to PA for a few days. And then the rest of the time was just hanging out here at the house. And I had stuff I wanted to do at the house, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it until today. I got up this morning and got my shit taken care of. I needed to take care of, and And then had a little bit of time before the show, and guess what I did? I jumped on Call of Duty with Jarvis and our buddy Mark. We were only missing our fourth musketeer Brian, but unlike some people, he had to go to work today. So
Yeah, work on his Ponzi scheme.
yeah, but anyways, you know how I like to start the show out. Jarvis, how you doing, man? How was the week for you last week? How's everything going for you in your world, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling. Did my first thing of therapy with my new therapist today. That went pretty well. Finally bought Call of Duty, so Brian could shut the fuck up about me not having the game, and then he only hopped in one day, so that's fucking Brian.
Well, Brian has a job. He has to go to work.
Oh, yeah, okay. He's got a job. Okay. Oh, I got a job. Dude, I'll be doing radio shit, come home and be like, Glick, COD, now.
That's basically, if I'm not doing anything around the house, that's basically what I do. If I don't have anything to do, or if we're not doing anything, it's like, oh, Call of Duty time. So.
I'll be like, Call of Duty, winky face, winky face, winky face. But no, just been dealing with a lot of mixed emotions with everything and just trying to find fucking. Okay, we get it, Mark. Go back to your talking shit. Or shh, as Connor with the hard ER says. But no, just dealing with a lot of weird shit going on in my life. Thought I'd have my career by now, but that still hasn't happened. But still looking, still holding out hope that it's going to be. I work. It's just content creating, podcasting. And
it's all in due time. That's I think a lot of people, and I think even you to a certain degree had that misconception of you were going to go to a broadcasting school or radio school or whatever, and you were going to graduate, and then the next day you were going to have a job. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, they have that. It's the same thing with like truck drivers. Yeah. Somebody will go to school to get their CDL and be like, "Oh man, I'm going to come right out and I'm going to have the best paying job at the best company," and it's like, you have to remember, there's a lot of people that want to do that job, and not a lot of positions. So you gotta kind of wade through the waters, and all in good time. When it,
yeah, I know. It's just, I wish the government had that position on fucking student loan payback, but they don't. And it's just like. It is what it is, and my student loans weren't as bad as what I thought they were going to be. Where if I would have stayed at Ridgewater Community College, I'd probably be owing like $30,000 just for 2 years. And I told the list, I was like, at the end of the day, I did what I set out to do, which was get a degree in something. I didn't have to go to a 4-year university and get it, So I mean. It's still a big thing. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, he went to radio broadcasting or community college, whatever. It's like, hate to say it to a lot of people, but them 4-year degrees, it don't mean really shit anymore.
Well, the sad part about it is
the sad thing.
And I tell people, and I've said it on here, I tell people all the time, man, if you get the opportunity to, depending upon what you want to go to college for, and if you're really dead set on it, if you get the opportunity, go to a trade school, learn a trade. You're not going to have, thousands and thousands of dollars of student loans that you're never going to pay back or never be able to pay back, or whatever the case may be. And also, how many people I know that went to college, did 4 years, did 8 years, did whatever, and now. They're not even doing what they got their degrees in. There you go. I bet Jarvis would fit right into CrossFit.
Yeah, no. I've done jobs like that before. Fuck no.
Hey Tina, how you doing?
Hi Tina.
No, it's crazy because there's friends of mine who went to college and I've made more money than them pretty much since day one of graduation, and I continue to make more money than them.
The thing at the end of the day is schools will push you so much into going to a 4-year, and at the same time, like my wife, the first college she went to was St. Kate's. It was an all-women's school, and she went to go do sonography. Well, she wasn't able to get into her original job field, and she regrets it. But like I said, at the same time, you still went to school. Like it's the biggest misconception that, and I've said this, Connor's even said this, and you've said this, everyone thinks they need to go to college or they need to do this, that, whatever. To me, when I went to radio broadcasting school, it was just to see if I could do it. It was never for that, oh, hey, I got this degree now and all that shit. It was just for, to have that, to say I did it.
Mm-hmm.
When most people, including the school I went to, said, oh, you'll never be able to do something like that. You'll be stuck in menial labor jobs, which I did that for many years. A lot of kids nowadays coming out of high school, they won't even touch them jobs. And that's why our workforce, which in the future is going to be so fucked up that it's going to be probably non-existent.
I have a buddy of mine who's almost 40, and his dad, his dad has been telling him for years. I've been telling him, and he just now decided to join the I think he said electricians or pipe fitters or something like that. He's an apprentice and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, you're already almost 40, man.
Yeah.
Your best years are behind you at the end of the day. I said, he's like, he was talking about this, that, and the other thing, and retire. And I said, you do realize that those retirement benefits, and when they start trying to kick you out the door, is because those guys have already put their 20 plus 30 years and whatever. I said, you're looking at 60s or 70s when you hit that mark at this point, blah, blah. I said, but I'm glad he did it, and I hope it works out for him. But it's one of those things where, you should have listened like 20 years ago, man.
Well, that's the thing, people just out of high school, they think the world's, just gonna fucking cater to them. And, I learned that hard.
He was with the company that he just left for almost 20 years. So, and plus he's got a pretty sweet gig where he's at. I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him. We were talking a little bit. He came over Saturday, I think it was. And I was talking to him, and because I've spent basically my entire life in that field, construction, some form of construction. But like I told him, so I'm 42 now. I like my job. My job's not demanding. It's not hard work. I beat my body up enough. I put my time in. I've earned where I'm at, and I make good money. So, good luck to you, because it's a brand new world, man. And the summers are going to kill you. The weather's going to be your boss, and But hey, I hope for the best for him. It's something that he wants to do, and I'm excited for him. And that's ultimately what you got to do, man. You got to find what you like to do.
Well, and that's the thing,
That's what you're trying to do. You want to be in radio, and that's what you're doing.
Well, like I've been asked many times, well, why'd you go into radio broadcasting? And it's like, well, I do 3 podcasts. Well, 2, I guess. This one and then my own. And it's like, I always loved doing it. Do I wish, that most of these podcasting sites did a little bit more effort to promote a little bit more? 100%. But at the exact same time, then everyone would be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have shows that make no goddamn sense. It'd be like Seinfeld.
Yeah. Well, God, I hated that show.
I did too.
I don't understand it. It's not that I don't understand the show. I don't understand the appeal to it.
Yeah.
It's not funny. I don't think Seinfeld's funny either.
How would you get that I'm not willing to move to go get those jobs, Benji?
I think he was just asking if you are. Yeah, there's a lot of places. I mean, I get blown up because my resume has podcast host in it, and I've gotten emails and stuff like that. The only downside for me, if I could, I would absolutely move. Or if a company was willing to set me up with the equipment I needed to work from home or whatever, then I would go that route. Uh, I unfortunately I can't travel because I have applied for a lot of radio jobs, and you know, and it's funny because a couple companies that I talked to, uh, one company that I talked to, they said, did you go to school? Blah blah blah. Da, da, da. And I said no. And they're like, well, what experience do you have? And I said, you know, I host a couple podcasts. Yeah, I've been doing that for about 3 years. And they're like, so what makes you think you could run a morning show? I said, I said a trained chimpanzee can talk into a goddamn microphone.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, what do you mean? I said, "Yeah, I like to talk. I like to bullshit. I'm well versed. I can talk about anything you want to talk about. You know, I know music, so I can talk up music. You know, whatever the case may be. You just give me a fucking producer that's going to run the board, and I said, and I'll learn how to run the board at the end of the day.
well,
Uh,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I said, but no, I didn't go to school. I don't have a fucking master's degree in talk radio or sports radio or anything like that. But I mean, any chimp can read a piece of paper that you're going to give them that's prepared for them. It's not like they're flying off the cuff. I mean, hell, I'll fly off the cuff and I can give you a 2 hour sports show just off of my knowledge alone.
Well, yeah, and like, fuck, I wish I had that fancy title of a master's degree, but you know, at the end of the day, I've already told.
Read it as a question, bro. So he was asking a question. Are you not?
Well, I
are
know,
you
I know, but at the same time, it's like if you get into that job or career field, yeah, you have to be like if you're gonna think that you're gonna get a job in radio in your own state, like no, that's not fucking logical. Like
and
me,
you and Alyssa are kind of in that perfect situation, that perfect storm of if the opportunity was there for you to say like, you know, say like fucking some station in Arkansas hits you up. You guys don't have to worry about kids. It's just the two of you. So, you know, you're in that perfect situation where you could up and take off for an
oh,
opportunity.
definitely, and like I even told Alyssa, I said, you know, the only way that we would stay in Minnesota is that if it was a sports team and I only knew I was going to be gone for the season, then she could stay here in Minnesota if she wanted to, and I would go to wherever. And but then at the same time, like we both said, you know, I love Minnesota. It's where I'm from, but at the same time, if there's a better opportunity out there, I'm gonna take it, and it's not gonna be forever. You
You're
know,
going to wind up in Alaska.
hey, if that, hey, UFL, United Football League, if you need an announcer, I mean,
You're going to wind up in Alaska.
oh, that'll end up like it'll end up like the Thing, but for radio broadcasting.
No, yeah, you just and at the end of the day, you know, I know your goal. I know what you want, but you know, there's
I temper my
you're gonna start at the
expectations.
bottom.
I'm
You're gonna
not,
start at the bottom.
yeah.
There's a pyramid or a totem pole, so to say. You got to climb. You got to climb the steps.
Oh,
So you
definitely.
ultimately get to where you want to be at and where you're gonna be at the end of the day. But you know, you're not gonna get like, you know, ESPN isn't gonna call you tomorrow and go, hey,
Well,
we
see,
want
that's the thing. Like everyone thought once I got that,
new market type deal.
yeah,
So.
like everyone thought once I got my degree, they're like, "Oh, so you think you're going to be on ESPN right away?" I'm like, "Fuck no." It's just, fuck you, Mark. Florida wish they could. Florida wish they could afford me.
At the end of the day, I know I do say that a lot, don't I? What's going on, Leggy?
Evening, Leggy. But no, like I know every job I've had, and that's the thing. Most people, they don't want to start at the bottom all the time. They want to get the good money right away. And like me, every job I've been to, I was never afraid to start at the bottom. Jeff,
what up, Jeffrey?
But it is what it is, and I don't overthink any of that shit. Like, I didn't think I was gonna get a job within the first couple of weeks or first couple of months. It's just like I said, I have plans that I want to do, and kind of sucks when that those plans involve the almighty money.
There are online radio stations out there. I've looked at a couple. It just depends on what they're looking for and what they want.
Well, yeah. And I'm not going to be a political analyst. There's been a few that want me for that, and at the end of the day, it's nothing I fucking care about. And I'm not going to do it.
Look at the news media. Any jerk off can talk politics.
Yeah.
Hell, some people talk politics and can't even remember the quotes or remember who said what they're quoting. So you don't even have to be right when you talk politics.
Would that person be the name of Donnie T?
No, I'm just saying in general. I mean, I've watched.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It really is.
Yeah, I've watched people on CNN or Fox or whatever just completely fuck shit all up. As I said, you don't have to be knowledgeable in this situation to talk about politics. I mean, jackasses do it all the time.
Oh, definitely, Jeff. Like I said, I would never want to be someone that's a political analyst. No, not even for the right price. And that's the thing, people always think it's about this, but for me, it's something I always wanted to do. And yeah, one day I will make good enough money, but at the same time, like, no.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, if the money's right, I gotta agree with Benji down there. Benji said, "I'll talk a lot of things. I'll talk a lot of things. I don't like for the right. Hey, money talks and bullshit walks. If it gets my foot in the door and I gotta fucking talk about goddamn local craft bazaar or whatever, and hey, if I gotta talk politics, I can bullshit my way through politics. Like I said, for me, I politics are low hanging fruit in my opinion. If you're a streamer, let's call it, if you're a streamer, politics are low hanging fruit. It's something that, and that's going to get attention negatively or positively. You're going to split your audience right down the middle. It's an easy way to try to get views. And at the same time, like I said, you don't have to know what the fuck you're talking about either. And people are still are going to listen to what the fuck you're saying just because they want to argue about it. I don't personally care for politics because at the end of the day, yeah, I know what's going on and I know enough and whatnot, but I'm not going to have a discussion or argue with somebody about politics because at the end of the day, these politicians, it don't matter who's in office. My life hasn't changed a single bit in any way, shape, or form. Maybe straight white man. Like that's what I hear in society today, that we have it easy as straight white men. I don't know. Yeah. Life hasn't been necessarily easy, but it doesn't matter who's in office or who's in charge. My life doesn't fucking change. So I'm not going to waste my time and get all pissy and aggravated and annoyed and yell and scream and argue with people over something that doesn't change my life.
Well, exactly. And that's why at the end of the day, if I got a job doing, well, I have a wife too, but at the same time.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I said, Jarvis, you're kind of in that perfect situation. You're still young enough. You're still starting out kind of young and whatnot.
And that's the thing. I mean,
and I'm assuming you're renting, correct?
Oh yeah. I mean, at the same time, like my parents, they had bills, they had all that shit, and a lot of time they had to relocate even if they didn't want to. But like I said, if I had to be the fucking weatherman, I'll be the weatherman. I don't care. Nah, I don't want to try and understand politics. I feel like that'd be like trying to be like half those people are like, hey, is this gun loaded?
Yeah, go to hell, Jeff.
But no, it's that thing that no matter if you have the perfect job, one day you're going to have to fucking relocate. And I mean, even if I had kids, still have bills. you're never going to escape bills. I wish, but
No, exactly.
I wish I could get that politician tax benefit that they get where they can just go like, hey, we see people are making more money at their careers and their jobs. We need some more of that. Need to pay for my 50th Ferrari.
Go to hell, Jeff. No, exactly. I mean, some things, you're not going to be able to escape bills or anything like that. But, like I said, you guys are in a fortunate situation if the opportunity arises for you. You don't own a house, so you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about trying to sell or anything like that. You don't have to worry about packing up your kids and moving your kids to a different state or city or whatever. And, Alyssa's fortunate, the company that she works for, more than likely she could transfer and stay with that company in a different location because, let's be honest, they're fucking everywhere. I mean, I swear to God, I think these stores are owned and ran by aliens because they just drop them in the middle of a field somewhere, in the middle of nowhere. One day you drive by and there's not a store there, and then the next day it's like, oh, where the hell did that come from?
If you build it, Alyssa will manage it.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you, Benji. Moving for a job that's going to be something you want to do is totally an adventure. Whereas,
and the other thing you have to be prepared for with being in radio, your job's never guaranteed, man.
no, exactly.
That's the only downfall is like,
Wait, jobs are guaranteed?
Yeah, I mean that's the only downfall. I mean, you could be killing it and having you think you're killing it and having a great show, and then all of a sudden they're like, we're gonna do a format change, and then you're like, well, what do I do now?
I had a few podcasts on LinkedIn reach out to me, and it's just like some of them were nice, but at the same time, it's just like one was a political affiliation station, which, like I say, I know fuck all about that.
No, there's 100%. There's a lot of radio jobs.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Not all of them.
Isn't that what I do already, Mark?
Not all of them are going to be on the mic.
No.
For me, I would love to be at an actual radio station and an actual on an actual program and still be able to do this or whatever. But I also, all I know how to do is talk on a microphone. So, I'm not the guy who's going to be like, oh, I could do engineering. I could do this. I mean, I could learn, but
well, and that's the thing. They'll teach you shit. I mean, it's not just like, oh, you have your degree only in this, And I learned how to edit my own audio, and I mean, most of it I've been doing it on a podcast, so it's just like, oh, it is a men's mental health show, Rip Dog. It's just we are talking about our mental health.
I have heard of Hal.
He can't say I ever heard of him.
He does like, what does he do? He does like traffic and weather reports or something. He works from home for a radio station. I don't know if he does his own show or not. I know he does a lot of streaming online. I don't know what he does for the radio station. So I've seen him a couple times.
Well, that's like a lot of the radio stations I listen to here in Minnesota or Southern Canada, as Connor with the hard ER always calls it.
It is.
A lot of them are doing podcasting now.
Yeah, it is a men's mental health show, and we are talking about men's mental health because our careers and our journey in our careers, as we sometimes take different roads and routes, is part of our mental health, and sometimes talking about it and letting other people drop their opinions and ask questions and stuff like that. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the journey, man. It's all part of getting to where we want to get to at the end of the day. Okay, that's what I thought you did was weather and traffic. And I know people that's where they've started out at. They just did weather and traffic reports, weather and traffic on the 9s or whatever. And now they're full-fledged members of shows, midday talk shows. radio station I listen to, a lot of the people that are on shows and stuff like that started out in promotions or whatever, and then they had the personality and whatnot that they caught the attention of the right people, and then the next thing you know, they were phone screeners, and they would get a little bit of mic time here and there, and now they're getting full. Dizzy, who was on Nonsensical Nonsense, he hosts the after show, and then the dude's in high demand. Like every fucking show wants Dizzy on it, which is I'm happy for the kid. That's awesome because he kind of stumbled into radio.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like I know when my mentor asked me, he's like, so do you do a podcast? And I said, yeah, I got my own podcast. And he's like, that's pretty good. And then he wanted to listen to episodes, and I'm like, oh God. It's just like if you wanted to run into a wall 500 times, you can just do that. You don't have to listen to my show.
Well, then a lot of people will import their news or whatever. There are a couple stations up here where you'll get a news report and it's from New York or it's something like that, but it's live news. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
There's a couple radio stations that do and it's like it's one of those weird things where like news on the 10s, weather and traffic on the 9s, whatever. And like every 10 minutes or every 9 minutes they drop a weather report and traffic report or whatever the case may be. But we have a couple radio stations here that import the live news from different areas. Just because you also have to remember like markets, like New York, California, they're high end markets. Tampa's a big market. Vegas, Texas, there's cities in Texas.
Well, and that's the thing. When a radio station, just like you said, the high markets, they want to know.
Steven's podcast.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing other podcasts, Benji. But no, I have confidence in myself. It's just at the same time, it's a whole different ballgame. That's why, like with my podcast, it's a variety thing. So either if I'm not doing movie reviews or TV reviews, I'm doing sports reviews, and it's just like. That's like me, why I wanted to, even though I'm in radio broadcasting, I want to do sports because it's something I'm familiar with. But at the same time, like I do get certain radio stations because I'm considered freelance and I can take on freelance work. So if they have a shit ton of commercials that need to be done, send them on to me. I mean, hell, my mentor makes about $3,000 depending on the commercial.
Yeah, I think that's the nice thing about stepping out of your comfort zone, and I think that's one of the things that I've told you. You stepped way out of your comfort zone, doing this show, hanging out with us on Nonsensical Nonsense and stuff like that. And and I know you we do it all in jest. We do it just
No, you don't. You guys do it to see if I'll finally fucking do something.
Well, I do it. Nobody else does it. I do it. Nobody else. It's just me.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be Connor or Jeff or Brian or any of them. No, or Mark.
But stepping out of your comfort zone, and I've told you this. I've seen a new confidence in you that you didn't have when we first met each other. When you came on as a guest on our show and we were interviewing you. You have a new confidence that you didn't have then, and it shows when you do it even shows when you do your show now. Because I actually watch.
Well, yeah, unlike some people, from talking shit, or talking but no, I mean, and that's the thing, a lot of people, they're born with that confidence, but me, it's taken a long time. I mean, I've been doing my podcast for almost 5 years now, and to say I'm the most confident doing it, I'm getting there. And I think once I reach that zenith, I think I'll get some good views. I mean, I have my highest one on Zencaster is gone in 60 seconds. Yeah, Mark, you might actually have to watch my show. Con artist, Mister. Me and Brian always watch your show.
No, no, I've seen the confidence grow in you, man, and I love watching it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we get I get to be a part of it, not because it's an ego thing or anything else like that. It's putting that support out there and helping somebody grow and whatnot. And shit, you go back and listen to some of our first probably 50 episodes. Oh my god, even into the oh my god, man, oof. And we still have shit. We still have dog shit episodes from time to time. But and that's why I had to stop listening because I'll crucify the hell out of myself. Um,
I mean, the last time I listened to one of my own shows, I about yeeted my laptop out the fucking window. Because it's you start becoming your own worst critic, and at that point, you're not going to have any fun doing it.
Exactly. You start to become your own worst critic, and then you start analyzing and overanalyzing and over. This kind of leads us into the topic account. One of the topic of
Overthinking, yeah.
Right? Which we'll get to, because we're getting close to a break here. But you start overthinking. So when I'm doing the show, it's like, all right, don't do what I did last time. All right, okay, don't let Jeff, don't let Tony, don't let Mike, don't let Connor. Like, be mindful. And it was just getting too much, and I was getting to a point where I wasn't enjoying doing the show anymore. And it was like, man, I'm fucking up the natural rhythm of the show, the natural flow, because I'm over here overanalyzing every goddamn thing. So I had to stop listening to my own podcast just because I'm my own worst enemy. At the end of the day, I'm my own fucking worst enemy.
Yeah, because God forbid, Leggy, we could all have like one of the best episodes out there that we feel proud of, but the algorithm's like, no, sit down, bitch. Yeah. Dude, the algorithms on some of these sites is so fucking out there that it sucks.
And not that we have a lot of subscribers or followers or anything like that. I'm still working on growing it, but unfortunately, I'm one guy and I do have a pretty busy life. For the amount of followers that we have, I think we do all right as far as views and stuff like that go. The lives we might not get. Our lives are ever changing, ever growing. Some shows we might do and have, one or two people in there the whole time. Other shows we might have 10, 15 people, whatever. But I enjoy doing the lives because that does give the opportunity to have the chatters box and allow the what in the world?
Squirrel moment, everyone. Hold on.
Yeah, and allow people who do want to watch the show and to take part in the show and add their 2 cents and conversate along with us. I had to stop, man. So that's why I like doing the lives. Yeah, we get way more views and whatnot on the replays, but and then the Spotify's and stuff like that. It's insane. That blows my mind that the amount of people that listen to the show. But no, I'm not saying that my co-hosts tarnish my enjoyment. I'm saying that I start to overanalyze and overcritique, and then I'm questioning the little things that I don't need. Like, oh man, we should tweak that, or I'm like, God, why? I need to shut the fuck up. Type, whatever the case may be. My co-host, I can work around their bullshit any given day. It is what it is. A bit, they also have to understand that. Like Jarvis, when we started the show, I mean, the guy had his goddamn television on full blast, and I'm over here like,
no, everyone else had their fucking headset. Everyone had their headsets on high volume.
Yeah, I could hear it through my. So I was like, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to try to speak louder and talk over it. And then the chatters box started calling them out.
Yeah.
And if I sign into other accounts, just for that specific.
Yeah. Time you come in, and then if you
that specific social media, like, if you're on Facebook, it's not going to count towards a view on YouTube or Twitch. or vice versa. It's not like so. I'm just gonna real quick kind of touch on this. And another app where we first started at, if I went live and I did our show, and then I went into 27 other shows throughout the day, like their views counted. So you didn't get it. It showed your overall views for everything. So if I went into 27 other lives and they had those 27 other lives had combined, like 10,000 views, then I got credit for those 10,000 views, even though I wasn't there the whole time. I just had to go be there for a few minutes. And some people thought that they were accomplishing something. And it's like, you're just kind of riding a coattail off somebody else because you don't get those numbers at all. Not even remotely close. Like we didn't even get those numbers. And that's, so some platforms are deceiving and misleading. So you just got to be mindful, but
Thank you, Leggy, for single-handedly trying to give us 6 different sets of eyeballs. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
They do count as 2 accounts. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the Facebook views. I don't ever even look at that. I never really even look at that. The only other thing I ever look at every once in a great while is YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I stopped. I stopped, like, on Twitch. There's so many people that like will have like how many people are watching at that time turned on, just so like I don't know. And like if they lose one, then you can just tell them their demeanor. Where me, I turned all that shit off.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really been a numbers guy because then I think if you become a numbers person, then you lose your focus, and you start to do things that you normally wouldn't do, to basically beg for views and beg for people to watch you, and like I am who I am at the end of the day. Love me or hate me, I am who I am. Can't change it, and that's one of those things that in this journey and that I'm taking with trying to understand or like try to be a good podcast host, see if I actually am a good podcast host, if I'm a good content creator. And it's not like I'm single-handedly creating content because I do have I do have a great group of guys around me with Jarvis and Connor and not so much Jeff, but Jeff's there, but but you guys all kind of follow my lead. You guys kind of follow my lead, and I have to guide this circus. So I can't lose focus by worrying about numbers and views and followers and stuff like that. Like in my head, it's like we're gonna grow. I'm gonna do what I can to promote, and we're gonna grow organically and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to become one of those people that are super fake and something that I'm not. Because at the end of the day, this is, as I've said a million times, this is a dream of mine. Like I would love to make it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, right.
Well, exactly. I mean, Leggy, that's the thing. People, they'll be like, oh, hey, I watched your show for like a second. It's like, to me, I'd rather have those people just turn it on, chat a little bit, and then be like, you know what, I'm going to get up, go make a sandwich or whatever, or go make dinner and still have it on. That means a world to me. I could care less. Like I said, even before I started Twitch, I could have cared less of getting affiliate. Like the only reason I got it is because there was enough people in there a couple of times that got me there. And it's not like Twitch was going to be like, oh, hey, you're an affiliate now. Here, we're going to help you get bigger. And to me, at the end of the day, I was never really I don't do content creating at the end of the day to be like, oh, hey, I have $1 million now and I'm going to go out there and buy the world or whatever. To me, it's something I love to do. I do this shit for free. I've been that way for many years.
And ultimately, support is like real
Oh,
true
that's
support.
huge.
Real true support is so hard to come by these days because so many people, and I've gotten burned, and that was one of the things that led me to do this show. You know, it doesn't take much. I mean, even yesterday, like Leggy, I couldn't watch her show yesterday. She does her Sunday documentaries, and I always forget to mention that because you do those every Sunday, and I always forget to mention those. But I popped in, I said hi, I said what's up, and then I shared it out. I said, can't stay around. Getting ready to eat dinner with the family. It was Easter and all that jazz. But I wanted to say hi, and I wanted to get it shared out. And I threw it out there on our social medias and whatnot.
Facts on facts, Leggy. That is so true. To know that people are actually listening and that, it's working is so freaking nice.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people out there that, they just stare at the numbers, and it's like if their show doesn't do better each time, they'll go fucking insane. I've seen it many times. And to me, it's just like, hey, it's getting views, happy. But at the same time, like, if someone learned something from me liking old movies, like, hey, I did my job.
Well, yeah, that's my thing. I like I said, I am who I am. I don't pretend. I don't fake. I'm probably one of the realest people that most people would come across in their lifetime. Just because I know what it's like to be fake. Like I used to be
Facts
fake.
on facts,
Yeah,
Leggy.
I used to be fake. Way back in the day, and all that did was cause me more pain, more heartache, more scrambled my fucking brain more than it already was than it needed to be. So again, this is a part of my journey, my mental journey of where I was to where I am now, where I'm continuing to go. And we've talked to like Mark and Brian, and I'm not going to put too much out there because a lot of the conversations has been kind of behind the scenes, but the guys have been burned, and they're a little nervous when it comes to us and the network and myself because they don't want to be burned again. But like Mark said, he said, I can see that you're not like the people we've dealt with before, and I pride myself on that. That makes me feel good. That's one of the things that doesn't keep me up at night. You know what I mean? It's one of the few things in life that I can feel good about myself. Outside of all the negative things that are in my head. I have a handful of things that I can feel good about myself and know, like, all right, I'm not as terrible as I think I am. Yeah.
At the end of the day, at least I know I'll never get fired from this network because of supposedly my ego.
Well, don't say never.
Yeah, never. Yeah. But then I also don't call myself the champ. So, there's a.
Yes, agreed. I'd rather have real numbers, real people. I would rather have small numbers, but real people that enjoy the content that we create rather than fake numbers that don't engage in the content. You know what I mean? But all so we're getting ready to take a real quick break. I had an agenda tonight.
Shocker.
It's kind of a double agenda. And it all circles around to what we're talking about right now. So when we come back from break, I want to talk a little bit about overthinking, and being an overthinker, guilty as fucking charged. And I also want to talk about some of the things that cause us as adults, or men. It is a men's mental health show, and I know this applies to everybody, but we're talking men, so but some of the things that causes us to drive down that world of being overthinkers, and then I think I might have created a new word tonight too for another topic I want to talk about, but I'll bring that up later. Anyways, we're gonna take a real quick break, a little breaky poo. You guys can go refresh your drinks, go get you a little snacky snack.
All right. Thank
Have
you
a good
so
night.
much for coming in here.
Appreciate you stopping by. But before we go to break, I do want to tell you about one of our friends over there, one of our sponsors, if you will, Liquid IV. As we all know, part of good mental health and getting your mind right is also taking care of your body. You want to take care of your body and make sure that your body's right as well. Your body's right, your mind's right. Well, Liquid IV is going to do their part by making sure you're properly hydrated. A lot of us think that we're properly hydrating, and at the end of the day, we're not. Liquid IV, just one packet and 16 ounces of water. It's going to hydrate you 2 times faster than water alone. It's also got 5 essential vitamins in it, which we all know vitamins are good for us. Not only that, but it's got 3 times the electrolytes of those overpriced sports drinks that are out there. And it comes in a sugar-free option. And they've even got a kids Liquid IV. So you can stop buying that crap for your kids and get them some good stuff that actually tastes good and that they're actually going to enjoy and actually properly hydrate them. Head on over to liquidiv.com. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. When you shop, better hydration today. Use our promo code Words Are Hard at checkout. You're going to get 20% off of your entire order. And there's Connor coming in with a testimony. My body is fucked. Liquid IV saved my life today.
All right. Thank you so much, Leggy. Appreciate it. Get feeling better, Connor. And also, Leggy, hopefully you wake up later, whatever time it is there. Oh, 1 a.m. Hopefully you wake up refreshed. So, nighty-night.
Have a good night,
Remember, everyone.
Appreciate you popping by.
If you're looking for a podcasting site, head over to Zencaster. So easy, a Sasquatch can use it.
See that? So easy. Have a good night, Leggy. Appreciate you hanging out, stopping by,
Good night, Leggy.
putting 27 eyes on the show. Greatly appreciate it. As we drop viewers, we're gonna go from 100 to 1. 99 of them were Leggy. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Gonna break. Just because I like this song and it's kind of growing on me. I want to do this cover of.
No, we're going to break, Connor. Jesus.
Yeah, I want to do this cover of that Mad World that I have.
Ooh, baby, baby, it's a mad world.
What the hell? If I can figure out how to work the buttons, but we'll be back in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll finally dive into the.
Not only words are hard, but evidently buttons are hard. Glicking ain't easy, everyone. Glicking ain't easy.
Yeah, glicking ain't easy. Yeah. Hashtag glicking ain't easy. Yeah, we're going to dive into the topic of conversation when we get back. So hang tight. Enjoy a little Mad World. This young man does a great job.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, riding early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Have my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kinda funny, find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Enlarged world.
Whoa. Wow. I timed that perfectly. I literally just sat down. I had to go out and I had to use the little Sasquatch's room, and then I had to get my son something or get his plate made for dinner. And I was like, oh man, the show's gonna come back and Jarvis is just gonna go. Click's not here. He'll just stare at the camera.
Hey, I mean, that's how we get the views here. Jarvis just staring into space, just going like, oh, I wonder finally when Glick's gonna fire me. No.
I don't think you're supposed to drink that many in a day, but that's cool. But anywho,
he's not drinking anymore. He's like dumping it down and just going snorting
he's
lines
just
of it.
about it. Anyways, welcome back to Men Caring for Men. Happy Monday. We are your MCM. Oh yeah, it's true. It's damn true. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far. We do like to kick the show off and chit chat a little bit about whatever. It's our little banter for the first hour. You know, obviously we do talk about things that's going on in our lives and whatnot. Before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of the show, if you will. But welcome back. If you guys aren't already, go ahead and check us out on all the social medias. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Don't forget we do the show live every Monday, every Monday, 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And you can also listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at. And it's all under the Nonsensical brand. It's the Nonsensical Network, if you will, ladies and gentlemen. So you can head right on over to bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. All those links for all the social media is there. Go give us a follow, give us a listen, and be so kind, give us a share. We greatly appreciate that. Also, don't be shy and make sure you're checking out our sponsors, W.GG. W.GG is an energy drink. No jitters, no crash. It actually tastes good. And we got Zencastr, as Jarvis says, so easy a Wookiee can use. I don't know what.
Sasquatch, not Wookiee, fucker.
So easy a Sasquatch could use over at Zencastr.com/pricing. And last but not least, our good friends over at liquidiv.com. When you head over there and you're at checkout, make sure you use our promo code Words Are Hard. That way you get your discounts and savings and all that jazz. I just dropped all my goddamn stickers. Make sure you use our promo code Words Are Hard. That way you get your discounts, you get your savings, and all that. Also, speaking of the network, if you guys don't mind and you'll let me indulge here for a minute, feel free to check out our friends and our other shows. First and foremost, Nonsensical Nonsense, Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. ish. It's the unhinged, unapologetic, comedy based show with myself, Jeff, and Connor, and Jaravishi. Saturday nights, we do throw a monkey wrench into the plan, and it's called the Open Door Challenge. Basically, we drop the link in the chatter's box and we invite anybody and everybody who wants to come up and join us. Just make sure you have your camera on and your wiener in your pants, please. This past Saturday night, we had fun. We had Blazing up in there. We had the shaman. Isaac was in the building. One half of Talking Shit was there. Leggy was there. K-Mag was there. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody because I know we had a full bore of people, man. It was a full house. Tuesdays, Jeff does Dollars and Cents. It's a business show. Wednesdays, I already told you. Thursdays, we take Thursdays off because we make room for our good friends over at Talking Shit. Mark and Brian doing their thing, having their guest on there, doing their interviews this Thursday night at 8 p.m. The guys will be doing their WrestleMania picks, and they'll have Bryce Tucker and I can't remember the name of the other show.
Good Real Hunting.
Good Real Hunting. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Jarvis.
You're welcome. I'm good for some things.
Yeah, Good Real Hunting will be joining them this Thursday night at 8 p.m. If you're a wrestling fan, Wrestling Roundtable. I was told I wasn't allowed to watch the show, and I wasn't even invited to the roundtable. So you guys see where I rank in that circle.
Yeah, we give them fuckers so much nonstop press, but we're not invited because we're not fucking cool enough. We didn't.
Nobodies like Good Real Hunting and Bryce Tucker. Never even heard of them.
Well, it is to tell the truth, and Mark and Brian can get pissed. Speaking of which, we said his name and he came in. Hey, Brian, how's your Ponzi scheme going? But anyway, Talking Shit's on the rise because they do a lot of things with their mouth and their hand gestures.
No, I'm just giving the guys shit. I like giving the guys shit, but no, check it out. I'll be there. I'll be in the comments. I'm not allowed to be in the comments, so I'm going to be in disguise in the comments. It's going to be it's going to be like not Glick from Nonsensical Nonsense.
I could see it. Me and you just go in there as commentators, not Glick, not Jaravishi.
But check them out. They do a show every Thursday night, 8 p.m. On Facebook and YouTube. Talking Shit, SHTTT, ladies and gentlemen. Go show those guys some love. Also, don't forget on Thursday afternoons for us, Leggy drops Helen's mixtape. It's on 365radio.co. God, I feel like I fuck that up every time. And late nights on Thursday is Ted Hicks. He does Late Night Parents with his crew. They're just kind of chit-chatting daily, what's going on in the world, stuff like that. Good show. Check them out there on YouTube, Late Night Parents. Fridays, this guy does a music show. Saturdays, again, I told you, Nonsensical Nonsense. And on Sundays, Jarvis drops a new episode of his podcast every once in a great while. Also, Sunday evenings for us over here in the States, I think it's like 10 or 11 for Lady 01 on Twitch. She does her music documentaries. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, if you're up bright and early, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, head on over to Twitch and check out Fireman Rich. He's doing his thing, morning and coffee, kind of hanging out, chit-chatting, talking about what's going on in the world. And he's got his little routine down, so he's hanging out there. So go check out all the shows, give everybody some love, and most importantly, don't forget to go follow Nonsensical Nonsense. BioLink/Nonsensical Nonsense.
Yeah, out of all those shows we just said, just watch it with Nonsensical Nonsense. You'll be fine. All those other shows, they've already got their viewers.
But anyways, so tonight I wanted to talk about. Sorry, Jarvis, I didn't give you a heads up because I honestly had no idea.
Oh, no, you and Connor usually like doing that to me. It's usually like, hey, let's not tell Jarvis what we're doing.
We have a group chat that we're all three in. But I honestly had no idea, and I kind of came up with a subject kind of off the fly. as I was thinking about some things, and I was just like, "Oh, hello, here's a good cup." And then also another topic that came up just out of pure coincidence, just thinking about things. But what I want to talk about is I want to talk about overthinkers, man. I'm guilty of it. The sad part about
100%.
being an overthinker, though, is generally uh, the same can go for you too, jackass.
Yeah, but Connor, if I come up with ideas, then what is he going to need Jeff or you for?
Um,
Facts
I'm
on facts.
I'm 100% guilty of being an overthinker. And the sad part about being an overthinker is typically
Love you, Connor.
those thoughts and whatnot. They all come down to negativity at the end of the day, which takes its toll on us. With everything else we're already worried about, we're overthinking everything. Like my job situation, it was driving me crazy, and I'm like, I'm expecting the worst. Yesterday was going to come, I wasn't going to have a job. Which means I'm not going to have money, which means I'm not going to be able to pay bills, which means I'm going to lose the house. I'm going to lose my car. I'm going to, kids aren't going to have groceries, the food, we're not going to have power. We're not going to have internet. All this terrible thing, when it comes to overthinking. And Jarvis, I feel like you're a bit of an overthinker too. Actually, I know you're an overthinker just because of where you are with this radio stuff, because you had the mindset of you were going to graduate college and instantly have a job.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I can't lie.
You won't admit it, but you might not admit it. But I trust.
Oh,
me.
I overthink everything. Like just because I graduated from school and thinking that that's the least of the overthinking problems. I mean, fuck. I feel bad for Glick and for anyone else that knows me and they're friends on Facebook, which Connor he'll probably fucking block me here soon when I'm like 2:00 in the morning going like, hey Connor, how'd you think I did tonight? Did I do good?
Did I do okay?
Yeah. Was I good enough?
But and a lot of times and correct me if I'm wrong here, Jarvis, but I feel like a lot of times when when we overthink things and we're getting inside our heads, it's for no reason.
Thanks, Connor. I try my best.
Yeah, a lot of times it's for no reason. We're just programmed or whatever to instantly go to the worst case scenario. And our brain starts to run wild, kind of starts to run crazy on us.
Yeah, right? Definitely 100%. I mean, it's not because of the mental health issues or anything. It's just, we get into our head too much. I know me with when I do the Jarvis podcast or the Jervishi project. Hey yo. It's I know once I put that episode out or I'm done recording, it's kind of like, God, hopefully that episode is, hopefully I did good. Hopefully I put enough information in there for people that want to see the movie or that are like, hey, damn, that Jarvis guy, he don't need Glick anymore. He's doing good on his own.
Agreed. Poor self-talk, poor self-thoughts.
Facts on facts.
Yeah, and it wears on your confidence. Sometimes overthinking, it's going to wear on your confidence as well. You know what I mean? And again, that's one of the reasons why I had to stop listening to the show, because then I start overthinking everything, and I start to, and like I said, I'm overthinking literally every aspect of the show, and it's just like I'm not having fun anymore. You know what I mean? So it really or plants those seeds of self-doubt. Now, I always like to have a little bit of something that, the experts say. And Jarvis, I'd like your input on this as well. They say maybe you overthink so much because there's a few things here. I'm just going to kind of go one by one and kind of chit chat about each one of them. You didn't grow up in a safe environment. Not necessarily does that always mean having, child abuse or anything like just naturally a not safe or an unsafe environment, whether you have a parent who is an addict or a parent who doesn't live in the best neighborhoods, or the ultimate equation in this is you have abusive parents or an abusive parent. Um, you know, Jarvis has spoke on his situation. Like I said, I don't think my parents ever abused me, but when I was with my mom, I definitely was not in a safe environment. She was an addict. We lived in shitty neighborhoods, shitty environments, shitty worlds, um, that created that unsafe space for me. So you have that, I guess you could say, trauma that you're processing at a young age that carries into your adulthood, which could cause you to uh, constantly overthink or get in your head a little bit too much. Uh, do you agree with that, Jarvis? You got anything you'd like
Oh,
to add?
but I mean, definitely. I mean, just when I watched my parents growing up, and how they didn't try to fight in front of, you know, they didn't try and fight in front of us, but like, I know my parents, when they got divorced when I was young, it kind of made me think like, well, I saw how other friends and their parents acted, and they were happy, and it's just like, am I gonna ever have that? So then you start overthinking that when you're in a relationship. It's like, or I'll be honest, like I told Alyssa the first time I took her on her birthday to Red Lobster about almost 8 years ago now, was um is this gonna be a good enough for her of a restaurant? Is she gonna, am I gonna be able to, show her that, hey, we can have fun, or is she having fun? And am I being a jackass? Most of the time I answered yes, ladies and gentlemen. But like there's even times where like Glick even knows, like I'll get done with the show doing this and we'll be in a party just talking to ourselves, and Glick's like, so how do you feel about that? And I'll be like, God, I fucking suck. And Glick can attest to that. Mark can attest to that. I'm trying to get better, but I mean, at the same time, like, I'm so glad I don't re-listen to either this show or Jarvis podcast, because I would pick out every single thing I did wrong, even when I didn't.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about being a part of a show or being a part of something where the guys that are around you are truly there to support you. You know what I mean? Because like when you want to beat yourself up, typically, yeah, we're gonna bust your balls. But typically, when it comes down to real talk, myself or Connor or whatever, we're usually like, yeah, dude, you did a good job. Don't fucking worry about it. It was a good show.
And Connor, saying, the poor self-talk will ruin you. Definitely. I'm always in my head. Like, I'm always fucking sitting here. I could be sitting here watching a movie, and Alyssa could be watching the movie, and I'm thinking to myself, is my wife really happy? And then I'll have to ask, hey, Alyssa, are you happy? And she'll be like, yeah. And then in my brain, it's kind of like one side saying, yeah, you're doing a good job as a husband. The other side's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, in overthinking, I just thought of this, so I'm kind of proud of myself.
Oh my God.
I don't know if anybody else has ever said it or not, but if not, yeah, patent that shit, copyright it right now, 2024, April 1st, 2024. Overthinking plants the seeds of self-doubt. So when you start overthinking, you start overanalyzing, you're automatically putting those doubts into your brain, into your mind, and then when those seeds start to blossom, they start to bloom. It turns into that negativity, that mindset of, oh man, what am I doing? I suck. Why I could be better? Why is Nikki with me when she could do so much better, or Alyssa, or Connor's Nikki, or whatever? Why is our women? Why is our wives with us? They could do so much better than me. I'm not a good person. Whatever that negativity starts to and it all starts with those seeds when we start overthinking, because once we start overthinking, that's a sign of we're starting to get trapped in our own heads. Um, they also say that overthinkers. Uh, we're overthinkers because we took on adult duties way too early in our lives. I know a lot of people, myself included. I had to grow up fast. I think that's why I'm still to this day, today in my 40s, I'm still a big kid at heart because I did have to kind of okay, buddy. G. Okay. I did have to grow up fast. Unfortunately, I did have to do. I had to take care of my little sister a lot of the times. Uh, I had to do things that my parents should have done, and I'm not putting. I'm not just. Look, they made mistakes. It is what it is. I don't want to beat them up over what they did. That's just fucking life. My sister's only a year younger than me, but still, I had to look out for her. I had to take care of her and stuff like that. That's one of the other things. They also says that and this is a tough one for me, and this is where a lot of my overthinking comes from, because this also starts to affect relationships, whether it's with your significant others, your friends, your family, whatever the case may be. No matter how hard you try, you always wind up getting hurt at the end of the day. So a lot of times when it's like, man, things are going great, things are going good, in the back of your mind, you start overthinking, like, when's the other foot going to drop? I know it's going to happen because it always happens, even in jobs. I spent a lot of the last month and a half just hamster wheel fucking turning and burning, man, because I was really expecting the absolute fucking worst to happen, because that's what I'm used to at the end of the day. Every time something, whether it's a job or living situation or whatever, it's always come back and kicked me in the fucking dick repeatedly. And it's just like, yeah, seen that coming. Guess I was right. So again, that kind of waters those seeds, because it's like, see, I thought the worst, and
Hey, look, it's Glick's better half, or the only half, as we always say. Love you, Nikki.
Also, things that lead to being an overthinker is when you do make mistakes, people really getting on you and really riding your ass, judging you too harshly, whatever the case may be. Like you said, Jarvis, in your past podcasting experience, or even Mark and Brian, their past experiences, one little mistake and it's the end of the fucking road.
I mean, even my, when I met my now wife, her mother, my mother-in-law would ask Alyssa, like, why does Steven not talk to people? And then it's like, well, because, Steven likes to be by himself. And then that became a big deal. And then it's like, whenever you go over there, it's like I overthink, because it's like, well, gee, I wonder what I'm doing wrong now.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks.
My ex-in-laws did the same thing. Well, my ex-mother-in-law, she did the same thing to me, man. She was constantly taking shots, kicking me when I'm like,
yep.
Like, the hell did I ever do to you other than fucking treat your daughter right, take care of her, and make sure the kids were good when we had kids, and she never went without with me, but I was still felt that judgment, and it's just like, it does, man. It starts to eat away. It starts to beat away at you to where you're just constantly in your own fucking head. You've had to figure out everything on your own. That feeling of never and this is kind of a symptom. You never feel like anybody is there. You always feel like you're alone, or that you can't rely on anybody else. So you just go through life, I'll figure it out. I'll make it happen. I'll do it. Nobody's going to help me anyways.
Well, definitely.
Because everybody looks at me like I'm fucking stupid anyway. So why, I'll just figure things out. And the last thing that's on here, and this kind of goes back, when you get dumped on people or you have relationships that fail, especially if you're in relationships that, for me, all my past relationships kind of made me feel like this. All but one, but at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, still kind of felt, I was still made to kind of feel like this, but you never feel like you're good enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're always made to feel like you're not good enough. So whether, again, relationships are those, when it comes to your other half, those relationships really take their toll on your mental psyche, as well as your relationship with your friend or your family. It starts at a young age. If your family's going to make you feel a certain type of way, and then when you get into relationships, and I've had several relationships where it just made sure they did everything they possibly could to just make me feel like I was never good enough. Like I said, there's one relationship that was out there where I did learn to stand up for myself and learn that it's okay to put my foot down. But at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, still wasn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Say the right things, you do the right things, you try your damnedest, and again, no matter how hard you try, you still wind up hurt. You still wind up looking like a fucking buffoon. My family's done the same thing. So, for me personally, I've had to cut those ties. And I've gotten better about being an overthinker, but still that doubt and that second guessing yourself and
It always lingers, no matter
yeah,
what.
if Nikki and I have a bad day or something like that, instantly, boom, it's triggered. I'm overthinking. I fucked up. I'm not good enough. This is gonna end. This is gonna end horribly. She's gonna leave. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. She's gonna be gone. I'm never gonna talk to her again. All that negativity, kind of comes flooding in.
Well, I mean, exactly. I be 100% honest. There was times where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, and thank God I have a wife that sits there and will be like, you know what, you're doing the best you can. If other people can't see that, just know that I can.
Yeah.
And so it that and my YouTube music playlist usually gets me through a lot of bad shit. I mean, one of the biggest things that you said, and I think Luke Bryan hit the nail on the head, do I?
Mm-hmm.
Or Sammy Kershaw, with Better Than I Used to Be. I never liked who I used to be, but at the same time, it's that uphill climb. I could be perfect and someone would find some flaw that wouldn't even be there. And they would say, nope, you're not perfect because of this. And granted, no one could ever be perfect in life. But at the same time, like, I've always told my wife, I'm like, if no matter what I had, if I had $1 million, my mother-in-law, good, bad, or otherwise, and she knows this, would find another reason to say I'm not doing good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, like I told my mother-in-law one time, I said, you know what? I've gotten to the point where, honestly, and it may make me sound like a dick, her opinion of me, it never even fucking phases into my life anymore. Because I'm already doing that shit enough. I'm already second guessing, overthinking myself. Like, my wife could be taking a nap and it's just like, God, is she thinking about Channing Tatum from Magic Mike? Is she thinking about Adam Sandler from Happy Gilmore? Is she thinking about, a million different other guys than me? And it's just like, it can kill you. You know, you could be having a great fucking day, and all of a sudden you start that overthinking. That train starts moving a little bit. That crazy train, you know, all aboard, and all of a sudden it's just like,
yes,
bam.
exactly. Yep.
You know,
All aboard the crazy train. Yeah. No, I mean, no, that's the thing, and you know that's the downside. That's that's the unfortunate thing. You know, those seeds of overthinking are planted, you know, from Jump Street,
mhm.
and then they just continue to grow, and they they don't get better. You know, as you go through dealing with people and having people in your life, and you know, depending upon how they perceive you or treat you or whatever the case may be. Um, and and for anybody out there that's an overthinker, man, that's a mental a mental nuke at the end of the day.
Come on, Alyssa. We all know you were thinking about the champ. You're like, I need to touch that belt. But yeah, no, I 100% agree with you on that, Glick. And you know, as I've always said, you know, like people ask you once you get married, like, hey, when are the grandkids coming, or when are the kids coming? And it's just like you're sitting there and it's like, oh good God, now I got another thing I gotta overthink.
Right? No,
Like
exactly.
it sucks. Like, dude, no matter what you do in life, like you get a job and someone's gonna be like, well, are you making enough money? Are you gonna be able to provide for you and your wife and your future kids one day? And it's just like, good God, whatever happened to the, hey, you got a good job. Hey, you got a job. Good job, dumbass. Finally.
Yeah, hey, congratulations! Like, good.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said. You know, that's the downside of.
Remember, taxes come out. You got to pay your taxes. You got your bills.
Mhm. That's the downside of when it comes to, you know, overthinking and whatnot, and unfortunately, you know, urban thinking is a huge part of your mental health. It's one of those things. You know, you could be having a great fucking week, and then you get one little hiccup, and that gets that fucking hamster wheel, crazy train, whatever you want to call it, man. It gets it fucking rolling, and
That poor old lady that's got
fortunately,
one more week of life living, and it's just like, come on, brain, come on, brain. The old lady in your brain's just like, I'm pedaling as fast as I can.
yeah. And unfortunately, the downside of overthinking, at least in my experience and other people that I've talked to about the overthinking thing, it's never positive. At the end of the day, it's always negative. You like nobody has ever, at least to my knowledge, or you know, or for me personally, I've never once hit a situation where I was overthinking and instantly was like, you know, everything's just going to be sunshine and fucking roses. No, it's fucking fire and brimstone. It's the end of the world. It's the goddamn apocalypse. We're all going to fucking die. Hopefully you kissed your babies and told the people you needed to that you love them, because sayonara, sucker. this Ferris wheel is stopping and you're got to get off at the top of it. Like, oh, it's not the fall that kills you. It's a sudden stop at the end of at the end.
Hey, Glick, did you jump? Yeah, a little bit at first. Hey, Glick, after the show, do you want to talk about it, bro? But no, like 100%. And, you know, like no matter, and we've said it multiple times already, no matter what you do, there's always something you're going to nitpick to death. Like, I know if once I get my radio job or something, and I have a good radio or something, and
yes, Alyssa. Sunshine, rainbows, daisies, and sunflowers.
God,
That ain't it, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder who let that. I
that.
wonder who let that fucking hippie in the comments section. Good God.
Yeah, like I said, it's the end of times, ladies and gentlemen. I'm standing on a street corner in my head. Little mini Glick is on the street corner. At the end of times, he's got his little fucking picket sign. And we're all gonna die, bro. And I'm like, I know it's gonna be the worst thing ever, man.
That little Glick's on his shoulder saying, "Kiss my ass and suck my dick, fuckers."
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it's like when you overthink, man. And I
is.
make jokes and stuff now because I mean, I've lived through these moments for so long. You know what I mean? Like, and I go through them. Like I said, the last month and a half, I've been, and in my head, it's a worst case scenario. There is no fucking. Everything's gonna be all right once you start overthinking because like I said, you plant those seeds, and here comes the self doubt. Here comes you looking in the mirror, and you're like, God, you fucking suck. God, you're ugly. God, you're this, you're that. Just stop doing podcasts and just fuck. You're not a good dad. You're da 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 da. It's like, boom, and then them seeds of self doubt, they're already planted. Oh no, let's not forget about their fucking friends, depression and anxiety and everything else. And that is the goddamn domino effect of overthinking. And this doesn't just, this is a men's mental health show. And yeah, we're talking about men's mental health, but this is just applies to life in general for people who deal with mental issues. I mean, that's that goddamn domino effect. It all starts with the fucking hamster wheel crazy train just fucking going. And then all the others, and then you find yourself in a bad place, man. And again, that's why we say it's okay. Pack your suitcase, go visit, but don't live there. Don't stay there. Let's go visit.
It's not the Hotel California.
Exactly. You can check out and you can fucking leave. Trust me.
That's the thing at the end of the day that a lot of people don't understand is that, when they hear someone say, depression and anxiety and all that, they automatically think, oh God, their life must be horrible. And sometimes it is, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's why that's why we're talking, is because if you don't talk, it builds. And hi, my name's Steven Jarvis, and I've been one of them people that fucking has been the ones that would be like, oh no, I'm good.
Yes, ma'am.
That crazy train, Alyssa, is not only going 1,000 miles per hour, it reaches speeds of fuck you miles per hour.
Yeah, it has no brakes. There's no brakes, man.
Once the brake is broken.
Yeah, once it starts screaming down the track, there's no brakes. There's no fucks. It's game over, man. It's game over, man. But
it's like a game of COD Zombies where you think you have the right, or it's like when you play COD Zombies with Glick, and Glick's like, hey Steven, let's go into level number 3. It ain't gonna be that bad. Next thing you know, you're getting fucking a bunch of zombies are just bending you over and saying, hey, how do you like this zombie dick, big boy?
Hey, you know what? I dragged us right to the gates of hell, and we went through hell, and I got us out today. I redeemed myself today. No, but that's the thing, and that's the great thing. That's the great thing about it was the whole purpose of starting this show, and the whole reason I wanted to do this show is because for so long, men have felt like we go through these struggles and we go through these battles alone. But just like Call of Duty Zombies, Jarvis and I were going through hell, but we were right there. We had each other's backs. Side by side, going through hell together in Zombies. This is a hell of a reference, by the way, Jarvis. Congratulations. Good job on you. This is a hell of a reference because this is how you got it.
I can be happy for about 5 minutes.
Now you got my hamster wheel turning, but in a good way. So side by side playing Zombies, man, going through hell, dealing with these zombies that just kicking our asses left and right. But we had each other's backs. That's the whole reason I started this show, because at the end of the day, yes, the overthinking leads to so many more bad things. But the biggest problem that men face when it comes to our mental health is the fact that we feel like we're alone. We don't have a support system. We don't have people out there that give a damn. Well, guess what? Now we do. And that's what we want to do with this show. We want to show guys that are out there. Look, there's people out there who give a rat's fuck about what you're going through. We've been through it ourselves. And we kept pushing through, but now you're not doing it alone. So those overthinking moments that lead to the crazy train with no brakes, the fucking snowball effect going down the hill, and the snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more destructive. Those days, they start to get easier. They start to get better. They start to get few and far in between because you're like, hey, this guy's going through the same thing I'm going through. And the great thing about it, you guys know our social media. I run our social media. If you reach out, I'm gonna answer. And I don't have to know you from Adam. Steven don't have to know you from Adam. We're gonna be there. It's all about having the proper support system in place. And what I've learned, another thing I've learned, is that it's okay to rely on Nikki, or my significant other. Because if I'm going through it, she's going through it. We are a team. It's not her world and my world, and they just occasionally bump uglies. This is our world now. You started this, by the way, Stephen. This is our world. I've got a partner, and it's nice when you have a real partner, a legitimate partner that is there to actually grow with you as one, as not only as one but as two. You guys are individuals, but you're also the same. So you guys grow together and you achieve together, and it's nice to have that. And that helps with your mental state as well. And that's, again, guys, we're going through it. We're living it. Goddamn, we're a living, breathing testimonial of the fucking struggle, and we're here every week. You're not alone. Jarvis isn't alone. He knows that. Hell, I got his back 100%. Just when we're going through that when the seeds get planted and we get on that fucking crazy train, Jarvis knows he can reach out to me, and I got him. Connor knows that. All the guys who are part of this network, this what we do in this podcast world know that when that train's going 1,000 miles an hour, I'm running right beside that son of a bitch, and I'm jumping on it with them, and we're riding that fucking storm out together. And I'm going to be there to support them and help them. And that's what it's all about. Realizing that we're not alone anymore. So when we do hit that overthinking mentality, it gets easier. I've watched it get easier with my guys. I've watched it get easier for Jarvis. I've watched it get easier for Connor. I've watched it get easier for Jeff. These are guys that I've done a lot of stuff with, a lot of shows with. Let me rephrase that. A lot of shows with. And I think that we're going to see that same thing from Mark and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ever going to be perfect? No, we're all going to have our struggles. But I know when I get to overthinking, I can be like, oh, Steven, Mark, and Brian are on Call of Duty. Let me jump on there and play with the guys.
Hey, Mark, has Steven fucking suffered his 8th mental breakdown already?
Yeah, typically Jarvis is very aggro at the game. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? So it's okay.
Thank you, Brian, asshole. Remember, you're the reason. You're my 18th reason why.
It's okay to overthink. We're all going to do it. It sucks. But
fuck you, Brian. Mr. I can't be bothered to play COD.
You're gonna give yourself an entire fucking complex about that. The guy has a job.
I got a job. Oh God, I'm so important at work.
I mean, if I'm
facts on facts, Brian. I mean, but no,
it's okay. We're all gonna, like I said, we're all gonna overthink things from time to time. We're gonna be there. We're gonna live there, or we're gonna visit. We're not gonna live there.
Okay, Your pyramid scheme's pretty important. You maybe not.
Look, more people so you can get to level 2.
Yeah. You know, your kills in Call of Duty would say you're not important. I mean, you know.
No, but no,
We've
like
had to carry you many times.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this guy. No, like I said,
Meanwhile, I'm getting carried, but you know, hey,
yeah,
we're not talking about me.
No, like I said, you know, the overthinking thing, it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Let's face it. You know, for me personally, I'm a very routine type of guy. You know what I mean? Like just I can adapt and change on it, but I'm very routine when it comes to job and my bills and stuff like that. Anytime there's a minor inconvenience or a monkey wrench thrown into a plan, guess who's instantly overthinking and overanalyzing everything? Or I mean, even if I miss a show, something that I don't plan for. Obviously, I take time off and go do things with the family, whatever. Nikki and I do stuff, and I take a show off. That's excluded. I'm talking about a couple Mondays ago, I was sick. Even though I'm sick, I'm in my head because we weren't doing the show, and I'm like, well, shit, I let Mark and Brian down. I let Steven down. I let Connor down. Even though Steven wasn't going to be on the show, Connor wasn't going to be on the show. It was literally just going to be me and Mark and Brian, and I was going to be sick as hell. But I started fucking I started overthinking. I started worrying about it, and there was no reason to. But
Yeah.
and again, shout out to Brian. Brian said, "Don't worry about it, man. We'll pick it back up Thursday. All good." That was that voice of reason, that we need to have that support. And we're gonna get ready to take another break, and that leads me into my next topic of conversation: the friendships that men have with other men. Those real friendships. That type of I got you no matter what type of shit. And I might have invented a new word, but I'll tell you after this break. I do want to take a real quick break before we go to break. For anybody out there in the podcasting, or anybody out there who's thinking about starting a podcast, or maybe you've already started a podcast, or you've been doing it for a while. If you haven't already, I'd like to invite you to check out our friends over at Zencastr. Zencastr is your all-in-one, super easy podcasting platform. Not only are they super easy, and it's all in one location, everything you need. Their main goal is to get ears and eyes on what you're doing. They don't care how big or small you are. They want to help you grow. They want to get you distributed out to the platforms where people listen to podcasts or watch podcasts, and they want to make sure people are seeing what you're doing. We switched over to them, I think about 6-7 months ago, maybe a little bit longer, and we've been loving it. I love how easy it is to use. I love the fact that everything I need is right there. I didn't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of crazy ass equipment, spend a whole ass ton of money. Couple click clacks of the buttons, man, and I'm rocking and rolling, dropping shows and dropping episodes, man, so people can listen to them, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm thankful for that. Well, I want you guys to have the same experiences we have had. Head on over to zencastr.com/pricing. Use our promo code Wardens Are Hard. You're going to get 30% off your first month's paid plan. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. Stop saying I want to start a podcast and start a podcast if you're one of those people. Have fun. Give it a try. But we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to take a few minutes here. Play a little... let's do a little Papa Roach with Scars. It's covered by Marcelo Cavallo, something like that. We'll just call him Marcelo. Marcelo with his cover of Papa Roach's Scars. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
I tear my heart open, I sew myself shut. My weakness is that I care too much, and my scars remind me that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel drunk and I'm feeling down, and I just wanna be alone. I'm pissed cause you came around. Why don't you just go home? Cause you channel all your pain, and I can't help but fix yourself. You're making me insane. All I can say is I tear my heart open, I sew myself shut, and my weakness is that I care too much. And our scars remind us that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel I'm drunk and I'm feeling down, and I just wanna be alone. You should've never come around. Why don't you just go home? Cause you're drowning in the water, and I tried to grab your hand. I left my heart open, but you didn't understand. But you didn't understand. Go fix yourself. I cannot be fix yourself, but at least I can say I've tried. I'm sorry, but I gotta move on with my own life. I cannot be fix yourself, but at least I can say I tried. I'm sorry, but I gotta move on with my own life. I tear my heart open, I sew myself shut. My weakness is that I care too much, and our scars remind us that the past is real. I tear my heart open just to feel.
Yeah, buddy. That was a quick break.
Oh my God, what the fuck was that? That was the rare Alyssa sighting from her natural habitat.
Rare Alyssa appearance.
One else, you know what else is rare than an Alyssa appearance? I can't say it because I might get fired, but you know, someone saying that, Steven, you did good enough. That'll do, Steven. That'll do.
You're fired. You're right. You're fired. Fired, bro. Fired.
Damn,
Yeah.
Alyssa, you didn't have to call me a pig, but hey, I mean, you know.
Smart ass.
You're fired. Welcome back to Men Caring for Men. That was
It only took me 4 shows, but you know, hey,
Yeah.
4 or 5, whatever I'm doing.
It's been a lot more than 4 shows, but hey, I mean, to each your own at the end of the day. To each your own, buddy.
Well, I mean, as part of the, you know, as
To
an
each your
actual
own.
member.
Numbers are hard, aren't they?
Yeah, just like words.
No, that was Marcello with his version, with his cover of Papa Roach Cigars. Jesus, I had a brain aneurysm. Anyway, welcome
Thinking
back to
is hard.
Yeah, right. Thinking is hard. Words are hard. Buttons are hard. Typing is hard. Everything is hard. You know, life is hard for Sasquatch. No, welcome back to Men Caring. Welcome back to Men Caring for Men. It's a men's mental health show. We
Good
are
God.
talking all things mental health related, man related. I don't know. It is what it is. We just get on here and we conversate. We're men being men conversating and you know, talking about things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. Nobody's, you know, it is what it is. Nonetheless.
Good God.
If you're not already, good. Check us out on all the social medias. We are on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. You can also watch us live every Monday, 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And if you can't watch us live, go ahead and check us out wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. Yes, it is a network thing. There is a lot of different shows. Bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. All those links are there, including the links to our sponsors as well. Liquid IV, your hydration destination. Promo code words are hard at checkout when you shop Better Hydration today. Jesus. W Energy, your energy drink that finally is going to leave you with no crash, no jitters, going to get you energized and focused and ready for the day. Head over to W.GG, use promo code words are hard at checkout. And then Zencaster, as I just told you guys before we went to break, your all-in-one, super easy podcasting destination to make sure you get ears and eyes on what you're doing. Go ahead and head on over to Zencaster.com/pricing. Promo code words are hard. You're going to get 30% off of your first month's paid plan. So, with that being said, I think I got everything out.
Yeah, did good, Chief.
Man alive, I was struggling.
Okay, Brian, calm down there.
I was riding the struggle bus, my friend.
We all ride that bus. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's
Words are
yellow and it's small.
What do you get green screens? Put your logo there. But why don't you buy me a green screen and mail it to me?
Yeah. Mr. I make 16 cents off a podcast. God, share some of that wealth, you fucking cheap bastard.
Yes.
Not only are words hard, but Sasquatching is hard.
Sasquatching is hard. Glicking is hard. Glicking ain't easy, ladies and gentlemen.
Glicking is hard. That's just...
Welcome back to Men Caring for Men. As I was saying right before the break, I wanted to talk about, the friendships and the relationships that men have with each other. It's when you find somebody and you connect, when that bond between two men and
good God.
platonic is damn near unbreakable. I dare say, and I think I made this up because I've never seen it anywhere else. I want to talk about manships, like a relationship between two men, but a platonic relationship. You know what I mean? Like friendships and stuff. It's a manship. Oh, Scrubs said guy love once upon a time. We're gonna call it manships. But it's that like I said, it's unflappable, man. When you have that connection with somebody, you guys really you ride every storm. Oh shit! You ride every storm. You go through everything together, and you always got each other's backs, no matter what. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I just talking out my ass here, Jarvis?
No, I mean, that is the thing. Like, you got the brothers, the brotherhood. You got the people that when you first meet them, hey, they're pretty cool guys, and it turns into that friendship. Well, that friendship grows, and it turns into a brotherhood, or a sisterhood, or whatever hood. I know that once I met a few of the people in the podcasting world, it became kind of like family.
Mhm.
I mean, me, Glick, a few others like Connor, Jeff, we all said one day we want to meet up somewhere and, either have drinks or, barbecue. And hopefully, Jeff isn't wanted on the, on his Ponzi scheme that Bernie Madoff copycat. Love you, Jeff. But that's why he's down in Mexico and we're here in America. Oh, wait, that's right. We can't say that until Wednesday or Saturday. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry. But no, if we're calling it manships or whatever, that's kind of a weird word. But, at the same time, like, it's
Look,
true.
It's work in progress. It was just popped into my head. It's a manship.
It's kind of
A
like...
relationship between two men, all right? Like, don't bust my balls too much.
Well, there's another word for... But, no, like I said, it's one of those things where most of the time guys like to talk to each other more than we like to talk to our wives. You know,
Well, it's not only that, but when you have a friendship, when you have that bond, you
okay,
know,
Brian, stay being a co-host. You're good at that.
for a relationship, that's a good one too.
Don't you give him his
I
buck.
like it. I like
Don't
that.
you give him.
A relationship, a manship, whatever the case may be. But you know, sometimes that bond, that friendship is thicker than blood, man. Like, you know, I don't have a brother per se, but I have guys that I consider brothers, and you know, and I have friends that, you know, that value the friendship that we have, and look at me, if not as more of a brother to them than their actual brothers, or just the same as they look at their brothers. And when I talk about that, you know, when I talk about, you know, a manship or a bro relationship, it's the type of thing where, hey, not only are you guys always there for each other, you always got each other's backs. And I go back to like dragging Steven to hell in zombies, and it's a video game. It's not real life.
We aim for the bushes, okay?
But you know, side by side, no matter what, we were right there. We was rocking and rolling, and you know, banging it out. So this, not best choice of words, but
Come here, Steven.
it's a totally different type of man relationship. That's a totally different manship. No.
Hey, what happens in the man relationship stays in the man relationship.
You know, but like fighting it out in the video game, making but in real life, you know, always being there for each other, always having each other's backs. You know, like if somebody does you wrong, instantly, I don't give a shit about that person, and it's like, all right, well, let's get you back. Like, let's get these motherfuckers back. You know, I say this a lot, and I've said this to many people. Well, not many people, but my very small circle. I don't know why I said many. If I'm eating, you're eating. That means a lot of different things on a lot of different levels. At the end of the day, if I say, "Hey man, let's go get something to eat," and you say, "I ain't got no money," I didn't ask you if you had money. I said, "Let's go get something to eat." Or in this world that we're creating, you know, as podcasters or content creators, if I'm eating, you're eating. If I'm doing good, you're doing good, because we're supporting each other. We're there for each other, and the friendship between men that men develop goes deeper than anything else out there. At the end of the day, I've got friendships that have lasted a lifetime, and they will literally. Jeff and I will somehow, some way end up in the same fucking nursing home together, living out our final year. But first, you need friends. Yeah, you got to. Well, I mean, that is true. That is true, Grapevine.
I mean, yeah, that is true. But, you know, at the same time, you got to look in the mirror and be like, hey, why don't I have friends?
You know, I have developed friendships since I started doing this podcast. Jarvis, you're one of them. You know, I consider you, you know, like a ride or die friend type deal. You know, Mark and Brian, we're starting to develop that friendship. You know, I got their back. I want to support them. I want to watch them grow. I'm the type of person that I will put everybody else's success ahead of mine. And again, that's if I'm doing good, I want you guys to do just as good, if not better. So if I'm eating, you guys are eating. You know what I mean?
If Glick's eating prime rib, you better believe you're going to eat it too. Even if you don't like it, he's going to force that down your throat, and he's going to massage your throat while you're. Wow.
Well,
no, never mind.
Connor
Never
will.
mind.
Connor will.
Yeah, Connor will.
And it's a lot of times some of the some of the best friendships between men are the ones that are unexpected. You Connor and I, like in a normal circumstance, in a normal world, or well, you, Jarvis, Mark, and Brian as well. Um, in a normal world, we would have never crossed paths, but somehow, some way, Connor and I crossed paths, and we developed a friendship that even after we went our separate ways, and he re-enlisted and he was living halfway on the other side of the country, or at sometimes he was on the other side of the fucking world. We still talked all the time. We our friendship continued to grow. And same thing with we simply met just because you were fucking being weird on StreamYard collabs and was like, oh, I want to be on their podcast. I don't know nothing about it, but I would like to be a guest.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, like me and Glick, and of course Brian and Mark and a bunch of us have said, the only way we're going to be a success is if we're in it together, and at the end of the day, we are, like a lot of people say, oh, well, they're just saying that to, help their egos. And you know what? That's the farthest thing from the truth. If Glick, I've told Glick this, I've told Brian, I've told Connor, I've told Mark, I'm a phone call away, I'm a text away. And if I'm doing something, you better believe if I get that phone call or I get that text saying, hey, I need my bro, bam, that phone call, I'm dropping everything. And I don't care if it takes hours, days, whatever. We're going to fucking work it out.
Yeah, exactly. Now, shit, I'm still trying to earn my place in the fucking podcast world. What are you
Okay, Brian, we get it. Talking shit is amazing. We get it. Thanks for rubbing it in some of our small, some of us lesser podcast faces. Thanks. Why don't you just 300 Spartan kick us into the pit? Yeah. This is Talking Shit's world. But no, like honestly, I can't wait to meet some of the podcasters that I've touched base with. Glick, Brian, Mark, Texas Brian as well, Jeff, Connor with the hard ER. I can't wait for that day. I think one day when we made it or whatever, we should plan a vacation and just hang out somewhere, go to a game or something.
No, and unfortunately, sometimes you get burned.
Been there many times.
And Jeff Jeff can attest to this because Jeff and I have talked about it. It's a lot like a relationship. I've been burned by.
Fuck you, Mark.
Pretty much.
Sadly, my wife.
I've been burned by damn near every woman I've been with. Has fucking made me look like a jackass at the end of the day. And I know I'm not 100% innocent in all those relationships. It is what it is. But you reach a point where, and that's why my circle is as small as it is now. I mean, I could damn near count on two hands the amount of guys that I call friends. But I know those guys that I call friends, I know that we're as thick as thieves. And I also know that they're going to look out for me the same way that I'm going to look out for them. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of times when you look, and yes, we are childish, and yes, we are very immature. But when you look at a friendship between two guys, or if you're a friend group and you've got multiple guys, and you see them all together in the same place, they can be very childish and very immature, but that's because they feel. Sorry, guys, I'm putting our secrets out there. We feel safe. We feel secure. We feel like we can be ourselves and we can have fun because at the end of the day, this is our crew. These are our guys. Um, and you can see the difference between you're my friend, but like these are my fucking boys right here. Like, because I hang out with some people way differently than I hang out with like, one of my best friends, him and I, when we get together, we're just fucking like 14-year-old boys, man. We're making this fucking podcast thing that I'm doing, man. I get to hang out with my best friends and Wednesdays and Saturdays. It's as immature as it could possibly fucking be. And yeah,
Hey,
we
you leave our dick and fart jokes alone.
get outsiders who come in and join us on Saturday nights, but the core group, when we're all together, and I do include Mark and Brian into that group. When you put the six of us on a stream together, we're acting straight fools, uh, but we're having fun and we're enjoying ourselves. Why? Because we have you created them friendships or that safety net or whatever you want to call it, to where we can just be ourselves.
Oh God, you old person. Good God. Bingo. That's all he fucking wants to do is go to bingo.
Okay, well, let me know. I don't know where they're at in Ohio, but let me know.
Good
Ohio's
Lord.
big.
Every time we're in a fucking thing. Hey, you guys go to bingo? It's like, good God, are you what? You tell me you eat supper at roughly 4:00 there, Brian?
It's great when and the crazy thing about it is, sometimes, like I said, once that connection's there and you know that it's real, it's not something that just goes
Settle
under.
down there, old lady.
Yeah, like it's not something that you have any say in, and that you have any say in the matter of, because it's going to happen regardless. It's kind of, you know what? I'll say that for Saturday night, but
Yeah.
but that's a great thing. That's an awesome thing to have, and as times change, because I've got a tight knit circle of friends that there's five of us, and I've only met four of them in real life, and that was because one of them is one of my best friends, and two of them, after playing video games together for 2 years, we all realized that we lived 20 minutes from each other. And then the other guy, he's all the way out in Oklahoma, so we've never had the opportunity for all five of us to be together in the same place at the same time. However, we gamed together for several years. That's how we all met. We all met through gaming. And we created this friendship, this circle that we all still talk on a daily basis. Um, Text, group chat, whatever, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. And when Nikki and I get married and we have our party or whatever, because we're running off to Louisiana to get married, and then we're coming back and having a party in PA, like a big reception party type deal. That'll be the first time that the five of us are all in the same room at the same time. And that'll be the first time that, like I said, I know three of the guys. I've met and hung out with them. Obviously, one of them being my best friend of almost 20 years. The other two who lived right down the road from me. And then the two of them have never met my best friend. So, I mean, this will be the first time that the five of us are all actually going to meet, see each other, and hang out. But we know everything about we know everything about each other. We've watched each other's kids grow up. We've watched each other have kids, like not, you know what I mean? Like, families grow and stuff like that. And we've been friends for like 10 years now. And that was just by a chance meeting, because only reason my best friend and I started playing online was so that we could still play video games together, because I moved to South Carolina and he was in Ohio. And we still wanted to have our game time together, because that was like our time, you know what I mean? And we started playing online, and then we met three other guys that we all became super close with. kind of like this podcasting thing. Jeff and I started it. We met Tony, but no, no disrespect towards Tony, but it is what it is with Tony. He wasn't one of the real ones, quote unquote. But I have met a couple guys through TikTok and stuff like that, and then we met Jarvis, and then we met Mark and Brian through Jarvis, pushing those guys to for whatever reason interview us like we're important, but
Must be doing something right. You
so
know what, Mark? Sit on it.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to the five of us because we've been friends for over a decade now. So it's going to be weird. It's going to be interesting, but we value those friendships because those are the places when we as men, when we create these friendships, that's when we can be ourselves, and that's when. And the sad part about it is we still don't even talk to each other like we should. We still don't check on each other like we should.
Well, I think even at some points, it's still kind of that thing where you try and have that wall up a little bit. You tell people what you want them to hear, and then you kind of go like, oh, should I tell them this? And then you leave. It's kind of like you leave a little bit of breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
And you get me, fucking Glick, Connor, all the boys together. Oh yeah, you better believe it's gonna be TRUOU or fuck.
Spelling is hard.
Spelling's hard, especially when you live in Minnesota.
TRUBLE.
Yep. Like Travis Tritt once said. There's a little TR.
Would you like a mulligan? Would you like to try again?
Shut up, Blick. I'm gonna be in a nursing home one day when I have my Vietnam flashbacks, when I can't remember everything, and I'm gonna have my Vietnam flashbacks and be like, "Fuck you, Glick," and someone's gonna be like, "Glick's been gone for like years." Fuck whoever you are, then.
Fuck you, Glick.
And when I, succumb to my final time here on this planet, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Glick was right. We're all fucked.
No, and that's what I said. And that's the other good thing about it is, as much as I cherish the friendship that I have with those four guys, and how long we've been friends and stuff like that. That man, I'm gonna sound like a complete asshole here. That support's really not there, man, because like I'm doing something here, and you would think like they would be excited. They would be excited for me. They would be, at least like, what can I share it out? And I got to give Cam all the credit in the world because Cam used to. And Cam's done a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but it's like I get excited for you guys when new things come up, and if it's shareable or whatever or relatable or I get excited for you guys, and I want to I don't know, let other people know that I'm excited for you or I'm proud of you or whatever, but that's not there. And that's the thing. That's the other side. This is the downside. Is you can say that you give a fuck about somebody, you care about somebody, you support somebody, da da da. If you're, but if you're not there to uplift them and to support them and to share their growth and be a part of their journeys or whatever, that's kind of, especially when they've done the opposite for you. They've been there, they've done that, they've obviously I don't want to put anybody's personal business out there, but if they're doing something that should be put out there and shared or whatever, like, guys, we have to be better about actually supporting our guy friends or friends or stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I can say I'm one phone call away. But am I actually going to answer the phone? Well, I mean, I'm actually going to answer the phone, but are you going to answer the phone if I call? If it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I call? Yeah, most people aren't.
I still go crazy. Will you all call me Superman? You know.
Yeah, if I'm doing something new, if I'm and a lot of the people who are close to me know that this is something that I was very passionate about, something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Where you at? You do know if you was doing this, I'd be there. I'd be pushing it, sharing it, supporting it, at least dropping by and saying hello, whatever the case may be. So that's where. You okay?
Yeah, why?
Oh, that's where I'm a little bit different, because I support the hell out of people and I push people, and I'm like, you know what? I want to help them. I want to help them better whatever their situation is, whatever they're striving for, whatever they're reaching for, whatever they're going for. If I can help in any way, shape, or form, I want to be that guy. Hence where getting burned comes from. I thought you said something.
I haven't said anything. You paranoid?
No,
That's where that selective man hearing comes from.
No, I'm
because he doesn't hear me when I do speak.
No, I'm just fucking deaf. Yeah.
Nikki, my wife can tell you the same thing.
Yeah, no, in all honesty, this year is basically fucking shot. There's nothing.
You think his hearing's bad? Wait until you're married, and then it becomes man hearing. You only want to hear what you want your wife to tell you. Like, hey, tonight you're gonna get lucky. Food's at 5, and you better have your ass in bed at a decent time.
Right? No, like I said, trust me, this ear is basically fucking gone. Even when we game, if I put my headset on this ear, I can hear you guys chat, but I can't hear any game. I can't hear anything from the game. But no, I mean, that's what I said. A lot of guys will say, if I'm eating, you're eating. But do you really mean that? Or are you going to are you actually going to? Because that's some big words to live up to, and it's not necessarily technically eating food. It's if I'm doing something, I want to see you doing the same, and I want to see you blowing up with me. You know what I mean? That just doesn't really. That just you don't see it a whole lot. You hear it a whole lot, but as I've said a million times over, actions speak louder than words at the end of the day. I had a whole words of wisdom thing that said, action speaks louder than words. Don't listen to what's coming out of their mouth. Listen to what they're doing. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but if you think about it, it makes sense. But you know how hard it is to have a back and forth with yourself.
Sorry, wasn't eating or anything. I totally agree with you 100%, bro.
Yeah, this guy's fired. He's eating on my show. Get rid of him. Where the code? I don't know. At the end of the day, I feel like I should just pull up my phone and I can just have a conversation with myself. Like this is Glick, and then I can be like, I'm Chris, and then just keep flipping my hat around.
This is Glick. This is the champ. This is Glick Fina.
Yeah. I got multiple devices here. I'm just having a goddamn conversation with myself. Because at the end of the fucking day, you really pulled a Tony on me tonight, man. First you come in here with your TV up loud as hell. Then you just completely Ignore the conversation. Like you're allowed to eat on the show, dude. I don't fucking care. I
Yeah,
totally-
but at the same time, like, I don't need people seeing what I'm eating. Like, fuck, I'm poor enough.
Who the hell cares what you eating? You're fucking eating, bro. That's all that matters.
I just cut my finger on the fork.
You know what? I could totally pull that off. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a Friday
Will
night.
you stop trying to get me kicked off other shows, Alyssa? Good God.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. You know what? I need a tablet, a cell phone, and a laptop, and I'm gonna have 3 chairs, and it's all just gonna be me talking to myself.
God. The guy doesn't need another fucking ego boost, and you gave it to him, Alyssa. Way to go.
I got a picture of the back too.
Nikki doesn't want to have a conversation, even if they are getting married.
Nikki and I talk quite a bit. Nikki enjoys talking to me. Well, I don't
She
know if
literally
enjoys
goes like this. Here, I'll pay you, Glick, to go away.
I don't know if she enjoys talking to me or not. That's pretty.
That's the one that we looked and looked and looked and looked for, but they only had one and it was not in her size.
And I walked in today and I told the girls I need to find it. And as soon as I walked in there, I laid my hands on it and it was the exact same size I needed.
Perfect.
And guess how much I got it for? Guess the original price. Guess the original price.
200.
No.
Well.
It was originally $189.
Okay.
Guess how much I got it for?
Don't know.
$140. Oh.
I wish it was $50.
That's really pretty.
No, Brian, you overbid. The price is not right.
Well,
Well,
Actually-
I was so scared because it was
actually, I was told it was
I was going to go over budget.
$189
Tax and stuff.
tax and stuff, $200, which is what I sent her.
And the lady
He's still
said,
overbid. Don't give him and fucking Mark, you underbid.
oh, we have the VIP
Mhm,
sale going
69.
on, blah blah blah, whatever. And
Well, we know where Brian's mind's at. But no, like I do agree with what you've been saying, Glick, and sorry that me getting hungry, not like that. Sorry.
and I said,
It's my show, and I don't need a co-host.
it looks gorgeous on.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Suck it, Jarvis.
And I was like, what about my stomach?
Don't worry, Glick. You're all my 13 reasons why, buddy.
You know what? Actually, I take back what I said. Don't watch Jarvis's episodes on Sunday, and don't go watch him on Twitch on Fridays. He fucking sucks. His show sucks.
Yeah,
He's a
I saw
terrible
that.
co-host. I don't know what I was thinking. Apparently, I should quit drinking because I make bad decisions, like bringing
You
that
make
guy.
bad decisions even when you're not drinking. What are you talking about? The
No.
drinking is just an excuse. Like you
Nice to be like,
I am only kidding, Jarvis. Don't.
No, he's not.
don't
Fucking as soon as we get off here, you're gonna get the fucking press release of I finally fired the most fired guy in podcasting history.
I'm glad that you think that I can do a press release.
Find the Sasquatch release. There you go.
Yeah.
It just there's just a background green screen of the fucking forest, and he's like, in today's Sasquatch news.
Jarvis, I need to, after the show's over tonight, I need you to come into HR. We need to have a conversation. But we'll finish the show and we'll have that conversation. No, like I said, yeah, no, basically, like I said,
Do we have to? HR is kind of an asshole.
Hey, I'm HR.
Exactly why you think I said it.
Nikki said she can be HR.
Yeah, but then a lot of us would be like, yeah, let's get in trouble. And then we can talk to Nikki about why we hate the show.
like this is the back.
I give HR a ball bat, just so you know. So
Okay, yeah, that definitely looks better. Because there's support. The other ones didn't have that.
oh
Yeah.
damn.
Dad.
I was gonna break up with him. Yeah, I was just gonna.
This is coming from the guy that always tells me to not talk about getting fired, and yet he's the ball buster that's fucking telling people how I get fired.
You have to wear a sweater over top of it, but that's
I'm
cool.
not wearing a sweater over top my dress, Dad.
Yeah, because, people that fire people over Facebook Messenger, they're real people, they're real tough people.
You want to hang it upstairs?
No, yeah, basically, yeah. Basically, what I was saying with
Or
like,
the other one?
I think a lot of times, your quote unquote bro relationships or your manships or whatever like that, they're severely society or whatever, they're severely undervalued and stuff like that. But also, stop talking about it and be about it. If you have that type of friendship, like, don't fucking talk about it, man. Like, really be about it. Like, if you say you would do anything or you would support them, or if I'm eating, they're eating, like be for real about it, because I think that's one of the things in those types of friendships that are lacking today. It's easy to make a TikTok video or an Instagram reel or a Facebook reel or to come on a podcast and be like, or whatever the case may be, they'd be like, "Yo, Jarvis is my boy, and if I'm eating, he's eating." You know what I mean? But and then in actuality,
Fuck you, Jarvis.
Yeah, we're going to a steakhouse, and I'm enjoying a big old fat porterhouse and watching him look at me from the window. Or as I said earlier, he could order off the kids menu and get a grilled cheese and French fry.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Stay classy. Fire him on Messenger. And that's the other thing,
Brian.
And that's the other thing. Like, come on, man. You'd be better than that. Like, really? Like, that's like breaking up with somebody through Snapchat or a text message.
That has actually happened to me too.
Jarvis is frozen.
Facts on facts.
Wow. Like, God, I want to have these guys on so bad.
How bad's the weather supposed to be tomorrow?
Terrible.
I want to have those guys on. So again, this is me being a friend. This is me. Like, you guys are my bros. Like, you guys are my guys. You know what I mean? And I'm pissed that this happened to you guys, but I'm also happy that it happened because
we didn't need that network anyway.
You dropped the ball and you let go of some talented ass motherfuckers, and now they're running with us. Like, not only do I want to fucking break you down, but I also want to thank you. Like, it's like that. Like, I want to shake your hand but punch you in the face mentality, because you're a fucking scumbag. But thank you.
Adorable.
Yeah, exactly. It's just such a scummy thing to do. And now, like, cool, because now we get now I've met you guys and we become friends, and now I get to support you guys and I get to back you guys, and hopefully, we get to grow a new network together. And like I said, the only rule is Brian's got to get a red wig and get chesticles or breast implants. That's the only rule I have.
Yeah, Brian, no one else.
Yeah, that's just because Mark wouldn't fire him for a redhead with big boobs. So we came to a compromise. I agree. Hey, you know what? That's one of my phrases. I believe in that thoroughly.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Everything happens for a reason.
Believe it or
one
not.
One door closes, another one opens, and 9 times out of 10, that other door that opens.
So Glick, does that mean, like, you're the team owner and you have draft picks, and I'm like the first draft pick, like first overall?
Easy.
No, I
already had a Super Bowl caliber team, and we're like, we need a water boy. Can I draft?
Yeah, I got your water boy hanging, buddy.
Like we just won the Super Bowl, and then we got the 32nd pick, and it was like, I mean, I already got a pretty solid squad. I could use a water boy,
Stop making fun of me.
I mean, wait until you see him. I bet he's going to be beautiful.
I feel like Brian could pull off, a red-headed wig and some, implants.
Emma,
that's probably what Mark's thinking.
How big should we go, Emma? What a buzzkill. Nobody asked her anyways. This is a decision made by Mark and I. It's happening.
Hey, Mark, I seen your text message. There is a free version of Zencastr. It's called, well, there used to be at least.
It's still there. Are they?
It's the one where you get ads. It's something. But no, like, that's the thing at the end of the day. Like, I don't care if I'm the first overall pick or the 8th overall pick.
He looks weird.
Yeah.
We went down
Plus-
that road Saturday night.
Yeah, if you want to see what Glick looks like without a beard, he looks kind of like Farva from Super Troopers.
Like something like that.
I'm handsome.
No, and his favorite restaurant's the one with the macaroni paintings all over.
I'm handsome. I'm handsome with or without the beard, bitch. And you're jealous.
You'd shave that beard, Nikki would be like, "Who is this handsome devil?"
And you're jealous because you can't grow a beard.
I mean, I can down here.
I could shave this off tomorrow, and it'd be, and by the time Saturday's show, I'd still have more facial hair than you.
Facial hair ain't easy. But no, like me and Mark. Oh, good God.
No, just Brian. That was the decision that was made.
Yeah, just Brian. All of us aren't dressing up. We're just taking turns on Brian.
What?
But no, I mean, in the hindsight of things, like,
tell Austin.
Once we knew that we were going to be a part of this new network, I mean, like I told Mark, I'm like, you'd have to be crazy not to join it. I mean, we're already brothers in a way already. And yeah, we got burned, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's so different than what it used to be.
Brian is Ric Flairing us in the chat. No, and ultimately at the end of the day,
yeah, I just spelled woo wrong.
That's all I want us to do is just support each other, just be there, help each other grow. I mean, like, you know, we all have the same goals at the end of the day, and
how many dresses did you?
And that's what we should. And in all honesty, whether there's a network or not, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and these broadcasting streamers or podcast. Some people call themselves podcasters, but they're just streamers. Let's be honest. But they want to puff their chest out and talk about, oh, you know, if only we all came together. But if you're gonna say it, fucking lead by example, bro. Like, don't talk about it, be about it. Lead by example. Don't fucking pick and choose. You know, if you're gonna tell somebody you're gonna fucking support them, then fucking support it. Like for really, like real be there. You know how much of a mind fuck that is to put so much time and energy and again it fucking quote unquote reach around to go back what we were talking to earlier. You put so much time and goddamn energy into supporting somebody who's not giving the same energy back to you. And then you start overthinking things. And then you start to get nervous and you don't want to branch out. You don't want to, you know, and in all honesty, that's why the quote unquote network was just me starting new shows. And then Jeff wanted to do a show. I was like, oh, fucking do it, dude. But I mean, the network was me hosting 3 different shows. A music show, there's a men's mental health show, because I didn't trust anybody else. I didn't want to go down that road again. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it on my own because I do everything on my own.
Okay, sell down the champ.
Let down by everybody else. Exactly. So again, to reach around and touch on the conversation.
Haley did not get a black prom dress.
That's Haley's dress.
That's cute.
It's mine. That's Haley.
Well, we'll have to find that good game streamer.
But the front is really cute.
I mean, we don't have to, but
No, you haven't.
he's like our special needs little brother, so I guess we kind of do have to.
Yeah, and now my Twitch channel is gone. There we go. No,
you have a good streamer. His name is Glick, and he hosts 3 different shows.
Yeah, but you're not a game streamer. You're just a streamer.
Fucking game streaming is so goddamn overrated.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like, I'm sorry. I don't want to watch somebody else play a fucking game that I can just go play myself.
Facts on facts. But no, like, and plus, you know, if you like watching wrestling, there is going to be a new wrestling federation where, you know, we're going to have our first pay-per-view and probably half of us are going to end up in the hospital afterwards.
There are good streamers out there, but that's because they make it fun and they're doing other things and they're conversating and stuff like that. A lot of Twitch gamers just go on there and game. If you're going to be live, and you're going to be doing that, first and foremost, you have to be interactive. You have to interact with the people who are watching your live, and you have to do your best to interact with all of them, and not just be on there demanding subscribers, demanding gifts, and only doing live streams for goals. Like that, you're not real, man. You're not sincere. I don't want that. You know, I want somebody who enjoys what they're doing and is having fun with it. That's the biggest thing about going live for me. If you're a live streamer of any sorts, you have to be able to not only create interesting conversation, but also still be able to engage your fans. And I don't care if you've got one person in there or 100,000 people in there. You got to do your best to keep up with it. I used to go on Periscope, and it was regularly. And this is again back on the support thing. People don't support. You know, they don't give a damn. You know, regularly I would have anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people, and I would be carrying on 20 different conversations at one time, and be drinking the entire time. And that was one of the things people said, like, how in the hell are you carrying on all these fucking conversations while you drink like a fucking fish? Now none of those viewers or anything moved over from TikTok. And you know, when I started doing this, that TikTok following didn't even move over from it. So I literally started. I've started from scratch every time because all those quote unquote supporters. There's a very small handful of people who have been around from my Periscope days, and I'm grateful for them. I love them sons of bitches. I'm glad they're still around.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we wouldn't be anywhere without, you know, the people that watch us. And, you know, we love having everyone that watches us. Facts on facts, you know, there's a lot of people out there that probably want to watch us fail. And, you know, at the same time, you're still watching us, so okay, we get it, Brian. Your son-in-law decimates in COD. Okay, we get it. There's other games in the world. No one cares.
I'd embarrass his son-in-law. He don't want the smoke. Fucking kid. Get the hell
this
out.
Is the only thing Brian will ever talk about is
Goddamn
Call
man's
of
world.
Duty. Like, there's other games. I know that's hard for you to hear, Brian, but
Brian's like, my son-in-law decimates. What's his average kills? Like 4.5.
yeah, kind of like Brian, who's talking all this shit to me, like, hey, you know, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna do really good, Steven. Next thing you know, he's at the bottom of the leaderboard and I'm third.
Yeah, he said you were going to do really good. He was supporting you and uplifting you, and you're like, no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Brian fucking supporting.
You're fucking Eeyore, man.
I mean, hey.
You're like Eeyore if he was psychotic.
Facts on facts.
The original Eeyore was mildly retarded and had depression. You're just like a fucking Eeyore on crack. That's super active for no fucking reason. Like, I wish my fucking teammates would do something. Like, bro.
I mean, hey, if they're gonna be teammates, they gotta fucking hold up their end of the bargain, don't they not?
I mean, 9 times out of 10.
We're carried by you. We get it.
I'm carrying the whole team, and you don't see me saying or anything. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah. Flick's probably after he's done going like, good God, my fucking teammates are dog water. I gotta fire Jarvis.
No. Get on there. No, man. Mark and I have talked about it quite a bit, and Brian's been in there too. We're just gaming for me is, and that's, you know, that's why this last week, and, you know, shout out to Nikki for actually letting me game and not giving me hell for it. Gaming for me is a way to relax, is a game for me, or is a way for me to, you know, not worry about the all the other bullshit that's in my head all the time. I can get on there and I can game, and in all honesty, that's one of the reasons I stopped gaming with people, because the guys that I was gaming with were super negative and super toxic, and it was just like, I just want to get on here and relax at the end of the week or at the end of the day. I want to play, you know, 3 or 4 games and relax, unwind from the day. The kids have gone to bed, whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying this about you, Jarvis. I'm just like the guys that I used to game with were like tryhards, and like I love Rick to death, but like dude came in there and I was just like I could never game with him. I could not game with Rick on a regular basis. I love the guy to death, but I can't. I don't. Stop trying to be the smartest, best guy in the fucking room and shut the hell up and play the fucking game. Nobody cares if you play on hardcore. Nobody cares that you're sweating and grinding camos. Like that's why I stopped playing with other people, and I just game by myself.
Well, yeah, that's like someone that bitches and moans about Texas Chainsaw Massacre being hard, and it's like at the end of the day,
well, let's be honest. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Dawn by Deadlight and 7 Days Till You're Dead and those games suck.
Settle down there, Brian. Okay, go play your Call of Duty since that's all you know how to play.
Because that was my little escape. That was my little way to unwind. And on the weekends, I do like to game a little bit more. But not only was I just playing by gaming by myself, but I was also just literally getting on there, getting my dailies, maybe play around as zombies. Maybe
zombies is fun. It's just the other people on multiplayer that think it's like life that they have to be better than everyone.
Maybe play a couple extra games of multiplayer, but that's all I was doing, and that's been the nice thing. And I told Nikki and I told Mark. I think I've said it to Mark and Brian as well. Yeah, right. I actually look forward to seeing you guys online because it's like, oh, I get to go online. Not only do I get to go online and play the game, but I also get to chit chat with my friends. I miss that because that's what I used to do. And then, it's just like gaming's meant to be fun. It's gaming. It's not that serious. Like hell, sometimes we're playing different games, but we're still in a party chit chatting. Like last night, Jarvis, you and I hung out for a little bit longer. I think you were watching TV, and I was playing Evil West, but we were still just chit chatting. You had that little conversation, and that's what I like.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why like there's people that play video games because they have no life. I'm one of them. But like at the end of the day, I'll play games like Grounded where I can build shit.
Creator.
Yeah. Well, the Twitch channel may disappear, but the Jarvis demon's still around.
Yeah, no, I mean it's and again, it's a way to unplug, and it's a way to,
and
it's beneficial to our mental health, and I say men specifically because yes, there are women gamers out there. There's
New season starts tomorrow, boys.
Trust me, I know, and I can't wait to see what the battle pass is because I've already got my 1,100 coins.
But no, like you were saying, that's why I do like a lot of building games. Like I know on Game Pass this month, Construction Simulator is going to be coming out, so I'm going to be playing that. Evil West, I love Evil West. Like I never thought like I would love legitimately sit down and play a video game, but I told you about Evil West. Like it's like I don't really know what it's all about, but at the same time, you get to shoot shit. It's kind of like Doom in a way, but better graphics.
I was telling Nikki, I don't even think she cares when I talk about video games. I don't even think she knows what I'm talking about, but she at least pretends to listen.
I would love to see Nikki play like COD with us, like zombies. I could see her running away like, I want to get out of here. Fuck this.
She has no interest in video games, I don't think. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Nikki. You're with a gamer, dude. You gotta, come on.
No, but the downfall with not all, but there is a majority of the female gamers that are out there. A, they're super toxic, and B, like And that's the other thing I don't really care about the Twitch community, and that's why I don't. I mean, we go live on Twitch, but in all honesty, I'm debating if I'm going to even keep it on Twitch. I'm thinking
Well,
about.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the only reason I got back into Twitch gaming is because I had a friend of mine who was like, "Hey, you know, we'll support each other, and you know, all that stuff." That's why I say most of the people that get me on their show to be like co-host or something, or to do like a gaming channel, they know the right words to say. Well, and then once it happens, it's like, oh god. But a fucking every joke, fucking Connors punch me from the left, getting a right hook from fucking that, and then I'm gonna have to go like that.
Let's be honest, it's all me. It's nobody else. It's all me. I'm the only one who does it.
Yeah, I wonder who said that in my Twitch stream recently. Yeah, it's all Glick.
No, like I said, you know, I'm honestly, I'm about to take this show off of Twitch and just start putting it on X. I just don't care for Twitch, man. Twitch is such a
well, it's like TikTok at the end of the day. It's a shit show. It really is.
It's such a bullshit platform, and then you everybody's worried about the affiliate, which at the end of the day, most of these ass clowns that have the affiliate, I can easily blow out of the water content wise. So it's just like, why am I even here?
Well, that's like I said, you know,
otherwise, yeah, you know, you had 3 or 4 good shows where everybody pushed you to get affiliated, and then once you got your affiliate, there's nobody around. So I just don't care for Twitch. I mean, I did the Twitch gaming thing a little bit. Oh, night, buddy. Love you. I'll see you in the morning. Back to school. You know, I did the Twitch gaming thing, and it was like I didn't even care. Like I didn't even.
I do it because
I was playing the goddamn game. I'm trying to play a game. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, what's up? Yep. You know, what's up, Jimmy Crack Corn? And
I don't care. Shoeless Joe in the Holy Cornfield. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow.
Fuck out of here. Shut up and watch me play the game, assholes.
Yeah. Or the backseat gamers that are telling you, oh, you missed this. It's like, shut the fuck up. Let me play. Oh, Glick's got to go take the SATs, everyone. But no, like seriously, people in the world today, they literally will sit there and be like, oh, hey, I stream this. It's like at the end of the day, I'll stream whatever the fuck I want to stream. You know, pardon my language. Sorry, Twitch. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like there's so many great content creators that are still trying to get affiliate. And when they literally will say, you know, hey, you know, I'm doing this for the fun. And that's the way it should be. You know, yeah, one day they may get paid or whatnot. But at the end of the day, if you're not doing it because you love it, why are you doing it? And that's what happened to me is I've seen so many people on that platform that used to always say, oh, I'm doing this because I love it and it's so fun and all that. And then they come in your streams and they fucking bitch and whine about why they hate their channel, why people aren't supporting them, why they follow everyone and everyone won't follow them. That's why the follow for follow thing is such a fucking, it's a bullshit excuse. Because you follow someone, it doesn't automatically mean they're going to follow you. You're welcome, Brian.
Hey, right back at you, brother. Well, the friendship part, I'll tell you Thursday. Great show.
we may have to watch on Thursday for it to be a great show, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
We don't want to inflate your egos.
I did have the restraining put on me for Thursday. Yeah. I'm not allowed to be in the comments. So
we've already gotten handcuffed enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, hey, not allowed to be on the show, not allowed to watch the show, not allowed to comment.
God, you see how big-headed they get? We literally shout them out, and you know, nope, you guys can't be on there. You know, fuck you guys. You know, like God, nonsensical nonsense. Never heard of them.
Yeah,
you know.
That's why I'm going to come into the comments. This is not Glick.
I think there's true.
Yeah,
and I'm not. This is not Glick, and I'm not from Nonsensical Nonsense.
This ain't not Jeremishi Project.
Oh, you didn't say that, Mark.
No, Mark said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark told me.
Mr. Mark Uckerberg there.
Mark told me specifically as he was teabagging my dead body on Call of Duty. This is why you're not invited, and this is why you're not allowed in the chat.
I love that one guy that got like 15 kills on me. I got 1 kill, and I'm over there teabagging my corpse like it was the other way around. His corpse like it's the other way around. It's like, good God.
No, of course you'll be. Of course I'll be there. In the
Call of
chat.
Duty turns people into weird fuckers. Like at the end of the day, Call of Duty is the reason why people do drugs.
No, I do want to say this before we wrap the show up because we're about at that time. But no, for me, gaming's always been that. It's a way to relax. It's a way to unwind. It's always been really good for my mental health. For me personally, I don't have a lot of escapes or anything like that. So it's tough to do the things that you used to do. When you have 3 kids and when they're always here, I can't just dip out and go for a car ride some days and whatever. But gaming became that mental break for me. And I game because I enjoy it. I don't try to be the best guy. If I have an absolute dog shit game, I'm gonna be making fun of myself the whole time. I mean, I'm also the guy who's been running around the last 2 days going choppy. So that's just anything about how serious I take gaming. I got excited because I got a goddamn sword on Call of Duty and ran around in every map and every game going choppy.
At least you weren't the guy with the freaking billy club going like, respect my authority.
Yeah. So it is a nice escape.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what video games have always been for people that enjoy them. And we can't take them so serious at the end of the day. We can't take life so serious. And remember, like I said earlier, we're going to have those moments. We're going to overthink. Downside of overthinking is it plants those seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And that damn train gets going 100,000 miles an hour and there's no fucking brakes. But it does plant those seeds that lead to more to worse things. The self-doubt, the talking negatively to yourself, the anxiety.
Talking SHTTT.
Yeah. And then it leads to the anxiety and the depression and everything like that. And just remember, it's okay to visit. You're not moving in. And there's a support system out there, whether you guys think it or not. At the end of the day, there are people who give a damn. There are people who truly care about what you're going through and how you feel. As men, we just have to be better about actually reaching out, because I know I'm the worst. I know I'm the fucking worst. I'm the biggest offender, to the point where I've got Jeff and Connor yelling at me going, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, like, why have you not reached out or whatever? So remember,
because we're the low people on the totem pole, and then there's Glick. That's why.
Yeah, remember, just there's a support system out there. You just have to be willing to accept that support. So do want to get ready and wrap this bad boy up. Do appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate y'all hanging out. If you haven't already, go ahead and give us a follow on the social medias: Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Don't forget, we do the show every Monday, 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And you can also listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at, all at Nonsensical Nonsense, or you can run right on over to the bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. All those links are there, including links to our sponsors, Liquid IV, your hydration destination. Head on over to liquidiv.com. Use our promo code Words Are Hard. You're going to get 20% off your entire order when you shop Better Hydration today. W Energy, it's that one energy drink that has no crash, no jitters. It'll get you absolutely energized and focused and ready for the day ahead. W.GG. Join us as we wage war on big energy drinks. Use promo code Words Are Hard to get your discounts and savings. And last but not least, for our podcasters and streamers, go ahead and go over to Zencaster.com. It's your all-in-one, super easy destination for all of your broadcasting, podcasting, and streaming needs. Zencaster.com/pricing. Use our promo code Words Are Hard. You're going to get 30% off of your entire order. Or not your entire order, sorry. 30% off your first month's paid plan at Zencaster.com. When we come back from music, Jarvis, you know the routine. I also want to run down the lineup and shout out all of our friends and make sure you guys know where you can watch them at, when you can watch them at, and where you can follow them at. As always, this has kind of become the closer for this show. Why? A, I love the band. B, I love this fucking song. And if it doesn't just wrap up mental health in a nutshell, I don't know what does. But it is Shinedown's Save Me. Plus, it also makes my life super easy because I have an intro song and an outro song. So then I only need 2 songs for break. But no, I do love this song, and it does have a very powerful meaning to it. So your Shinedown was Save Me.
Well, I got a candle and I've got a spoon. I live in a hallway with
Let's go, man. I love that goddamn song. Such a powerful, like, fucking cry for help.
It's kind of like
Anyways.
Evanescence, Wake Me Up.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be back next Monday night with a brand new episode of Men Caring for Men. Hopefully, Connor will be back with us as well. He did take the night off because he's sick. Don't forget to check out the rest of the shows throughout the week because I can't do that. That glare from my glasses drives me crazy. But don't forget to check out the rest of the shows the rest of the week. Tomorrow night, I think Jeff will be back. 7 o'clock right here on Nonsensical Nonsense channel with Dollars and Cents. Him, Sam, and Vera will be talking businesses and taxes and
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes, whatever. Bernie Madoff, he's their hero. All hail Bernie.
Oh my God.
Wednesday night, Nonsensical Nonsense is back. Your unhinged, unapologetic, comedy-based show. You know the guys. Myself, Jaravishi in the building. Jeff,
Hey, yo.
Connor, hey, yo. Jeff and Connor will be here Thursday night. You know we take that night off. We make room for our other friends. Kicking Monday or Thursdays off, 3 to 4 p.m. our time here in the States. Helen's got Helen's mixtape on radio365.co. Then at 8 p.m., there's our guys from Talking Shit, Mark and Brian, live on YouTube and Facebook. They're going to be doing their WrestleMania picks this week with comedian Bryce Tucker and podcast.
Brett from Good Real Hunting.
Oh, Brett from Good Real Hunting, which I haven't met those guys yet, but
I'll try and get him on the show.
Yeah. Brett from Good Real Hunting, all at Talking Shit, SHTTT. Go ahead and follow them on all them social medias. They are on Facebook and YouTube when they do the live show. And then this Friday night, I will be back after a 2-week, 3-week hiatus.
Let's go.
Glick's House of Music. I'll be back at 8 p.m. doing the best cover songs, in my opinion. Get ready, YouTube. Get your belt out because you're going to spank me on my bottom. And then Saturday, Nonsensical Nonsense is back again with the Open Door Challenge. Saturday night, we do the same show, unhinged, unapologetic, no fucks given, but we drop the link in the chat and we invite anybody and everybody to jump up on camera with us and hang out and take part of the craziness, if you will. And then Sunday, don't forget Stephen Jarvis podcast, maybe a brand new episode, typically drops on Sunday when he does his new ones over there at what is your podcast channel on YouTube?
The Jarvis Podcast.
Okay, because it used to be Jarvis and Friends Podcast or something like that. So the Jarvis Podcast, and then
shoutouts are hard, evidently.
Yeah. If you're on Twitch and you like to watch gamers, go ahead and check this guy out, Jarvis Demon. He typically tries to get on there on Fridays. If you see him live, just go give him a follow. If you see him live, jump in there.
Just they with us against our will to watch this.
Also on Sundays, on Twitch and YouTube, Helen's doing her music documentaries. Twitch is Leggy Lady 01. She does a different music documentary every Sunday, like 6 o'clock our time here in the States. I forgot Thursday nights, late night, 11 p.m.-ish, 12 p.m.-ish, whatever. Ted Hicks and his band of idiots doing late night parents, talking about current events and stuff like that. And last but not least, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, bright and early, 6 a.m. on Twitch, Fireman Rich, Good Morning and Coffee. Go check him out. He's got his routine. He's got his thing that he does. Go check him out. Go show him some love. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of shows and a lot of content for you guys to be watching and checking out. And just fucking enjoy it, man. And you're fucking welcome because I introduced you to it. So suck it. Anyways, we're done. We're done. We'll wrap this up. Jarvis, you know the drill. Words of wisdom, inspirational thoughts, or a quote you would like to leave the masses with.
It's like chicken soup for the soul, but it's not. So my quote this week is overthinking, the art of creating new problems out of ones that never existed in the first place. It's kind of like playing Call of Duty with Brian. Or being peer pressured into buying the game.
Nice.
It's for not inviting me, Brian, you cocksucker.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Love you, Brian. We're just kidding. We're having fun. I didn't mean what I said. I love Brian. Brian, love you very much. See you on Thursday. You know, for us not worthy enough. You know,
yes.
We'll see you on Thursday.
In the cheap seats. No,
we'll be like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Yeah. As always, you know me. I always have a couple. Overthinking. It's just a painful reminder that you care way too much, even when you shouldn't.
Facts on facts.
Also, this might become a mainstay. 5 things to quit, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to please everyone, fearing change, living in the past, putting yourself down, and overthinking. I think we should all try to reach those goals. And last but not least, I told you guys this was going to be a mainstay. I really like this, especially for men's mental health and for this show. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with bricks that others have thrown at him. Take that how you will. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next time.